Time wrinkle.
Hello there, everybody. Welcome to the Mystic Tavern, the only place that makes a character that's a barbarian that has multiple personality disorder, and each disorder, or each ego, is a different member of the Penguins of Madagascar.
Oh yeah, you totally did do that. You did do that.
My favourite's Rico.
You
This is
totally
a
did
character I'm
that.
going to make, and I
Yeah.
will definitely use at some point. Anyway, let's go into a recap, shall we? Tunneling through the caves of hunger, The party trick a group of Balguras into their imprisonment. After that, they continue onwards, coming across the ghost of a Kenku obsessed with mushrooms and disease. The Balguras aren't far behind either. After dispatching those horrid foes with carefully placed moonbeams, fantastically aimed shots, well thought out spells, and whatever the hell Larkin does.
Enough. I do enough.
Good response, good response. The party venture forward, once more, seeing the city of the moon through the translucent ice ahead. But there's something else ahead. A monstrosity of bone created by the world's most messed up goblin ghost. The party briefly encounters such a duo before Nova cast Turn Undead on them both, making them flee. The party stow their weapons, thinking it's over, until the monstrosity, now fully formed, begins chomping its massive skull down the tunnel before them, looking for something to eat. Anyone got floss? Waka 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 waka.
Didn't write the waka waka part.
I know you didn't, but I added it.
Creative license.
Yes. This is my recap.
TM.
So yeah, let's start this off. Just to make sure you understand again, the ice, as soon as it's cracked, it heals very, very quickly. So even though it's smashing through the ice, it's also healing up. So every single crack you see in the distance is, well, fixing itself.
Forming back into ice.
And that's because of double godlike magic bullshit.
So we know we have to move at least 100 feet to keep up with it if it goes back through the ice.
Yes, but it's currently coming towards you. I've decided, yeah, it just looks like Pac-Man. With the tongue being the monstrosity that Lewis drew.
Yeah.
Oh.
And with it being
tongue?
Pac-Man, there is the back portion as well, so you can't run through it. Well, you can if you smash through the bones, but it's literally the circular Pac-Man running towards you, about to shut its jaws upon you. Can everyone roll me initiative, and we'll see how this goes.
So are we run? Is it coming from behind us, or is it coming from in front of us?
In front of you.
Right?
Okay.
Ooh, that is a natural 20 for initiative.
That's a natural one for
Bet
initiative.
you money Lewis is still going to beat it.
19. For me.
It's a bit shit. That's a bit better. Oh, why did I put it there? There's no space there. Dumbass.
Callum, can I use a spell slot to add my D8?
Would you want to have used it beforehand?
Mm-hmm.
Then yeah, go ahead. You had time. Bone Pac-Man.
Please do not, without permission.
Oh, that was shit.
But yeah,
Okay,
gives permission.
It's not the worst I've ever rolled.
Just spelled booyag wrong on my initiative sheet. Alright, so. Who got above 20? I know there's a nat 20
Yeah.
in there, so that must be above
I got
20.
a 25.
25.
Mm,
That is not bad whatsoever.
no.
I'd be shocked if you're not first. Alright, anyone else? Alright, 15 to 20.
19.
16.
17.
19 for Pastel. I heard a 17 for
That was
Nova,
me.
and 16 for Lyle.
Nova.
Lyle, what's your dex?
+3.
Plus 3. Alright,
Okay.
yeah, you're first. 10 to 15.
14 for Larkin, 11 for Freya.
11 for Freya. I'm missing one person, I think. Frank, what did you get?
Oh,
I just heard a
4.
4.
yeah, 4. Sorry.
Discord's being a bit crap today, I think.
No, my Discord's fine.
Oh.
There we go. All right. So I think that is everyone. Up first is Lumber.
I am using a different version of Discord to you guys, though.
Discord's okay for me, so.
So, just to describe the scene a bit, I think you're still technically at the back.
Yeah.
So I don't think you would have pushed in front. If you did, let me know. It's
No.
about, we'll say it's about 60 foot away from you currently, and it's rushing towards you.
I can't really push in front of everybody else with my crab.
Does it
I think
climb?
you
Yeah,
can.
couldn't you step over us or something?
On that thing tunnel.
No, it can swim.
Oh.
It is a crab, not a spider.
We just have to melt the ice.
Uh-huh.
Spider crab.
Larkin pulls out his lighter.
Oh my god. I guess, can I like just crab walk over people?
If people let you through. The room's big enough, really.
Yeah. I'll let him through at least.
You can do like the thing where you kind of go to the wall and you got half of you walking on that, and the
Yeah,
other half just on the
basically
ground. Like,
Yeah, I mean it's basically that. Are we fighting it or are we running away?
Well, it's blocking our path, isn't it? We need to
Okay,
go
so
through it to get to the.
can I hold my action to like just fire at it when it emerges?
so currently, so imagine literally you're looking at a Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know Pac-Man has the back of its head,
Yeah.
and it's got that tongue. You can see the tongue in the back of his head is in the tunnel bit, and you can fire at that if you like.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
So it
Take
is
2 shots
exposed, just the top of it and the bottom of it isn't.
Sure, I'll take 2 shots against that. I'm not going to go sharpshooter this time. Just going to do regular shots. Oh, that is a 22 to hit, I believe.
22 does hit, yes.
Splendid. And my
Very,
second
very
shot
nicely as
is
well.
a 30 to hit.
Yeah, that one just hits, yeah.
Oh, nice, nice.
That's just the yeah, that just hit.
That
was just a little over double.
Bit, just a scooch of a hit. 7 of 4, so that's 11 plus. So that's 21 points of damage in total.
Alrighty.
As I loosed
Any
2
special
arrows.
magic key
No,
thingies?
I think until I'm fairly like solid in what we're doing, I'm not going to do anything more special stuff.
Okay.
That's just going to be my turn. That's going to be a very plain turn.
Fire off your 2 bow shots. You see there's like certain cracks in the bones from, I can't remember what it was earlier. I think it was probably pastel or something.
Yeah,
and now there's even bigger cracks in that tongue. That's what it was. That must have been it.
I think you'll.
Yeah, it's still charging directly towards you, but
it's going to notch my other arrows and just point my head out of the little window in the crap. That's my
fair
turn.
enough.
Yeah, that's going to be my turn.
Pastel.
I'm gonna throw a dinner plate at it.
Okay.
Sorry, dinner tray. There's a difference.
Ah, that does make a difference.
Lumber in a fucking tank shooting big fuck off arrows at it, and I'm just like, dinner plate.
Fork works against the dragon. This will do.
No, see, I realize that it is weak to bludgeoning because of the amount of damage I did before. So I'm gonna keep doing that whilst also running. I'm gonna recklessly throw it. 16 or a 15. I'll take the 16 plus stuff, which would be plus 7. So
You hit.
23.
You do hit.
How much damage did dinner plate do?
I
love Tavern Brawler.
It's going to be a D4, isn't it? I can't see a dinner plate being.
It depends how hard I throw it, to be fair.
Yeah.
You throw it like a discus, that's gonna hurt.
I'll say it'd still just be a D4.
Okay.
But it will be double damage at the end anyway.
3 plus 3 is 6. Make that a 12.
Nice.
And
12 damage.
My second attack, while still running, I am moving my full speed.
Are you running towards it or away?
Away, obviously.
Okay.
Not
I don't
gonna.
know, obviously. You might be running towards it.
I'm gonna throw a door at it. Have a door. I'm gonna throw a door at it.
Okay.
Yep. Recklessly again.
Okay.
Does a 18 hit it?
Yep.
How much damage a door
The
do?
door's got to be at least a D8.
We'll call it a D8. Would you
It's a
believe
frickin' door.
I rolled the same thing as the dinner tray?
Wow. 3.
So 3 plus 3 is 6, another 12.
Dinner tray. Door.
Um, and I'm pretty sure that's all I can do without using a rage, and I don't
Action
want
movement.
to. So I'm gonna try and keep up pace with everybody else that's running. Yeah. So if Lyle's falling
Okay.
behind, I'll be right
I
with
mean,
him.
nobody's running yet, but in fact, Lumbar went closer.
Yeah, but
But-
if Lyle like starts to run and is falling behind, I'd rather keep up with him than going Larkin speed, you know?
Yeah, okay. Next up will be Nova, but before Nova, you think of the moon. And when you think of the moon, you notice a certain symbol on Freya, which is glowing on her head. She's
No.
now double in size.
Oh, we
She's
are.
evolved.
Yay!
We are not having a
Wow.
kaiju battle. We are not doing it.
Freya has digivolved.
Yep.
Wow.
Alright, Nova.
Don't they usually reverse?
Hmm. So you would say that, like, so Freya is being powered by the energy of the moon right now, yeah?
No, I think she just gained enough XP.
Mm.
Okay, fair enough.
But yes, yes.
So theoretically,
God.
if one were to channel more moon-like energy into Freya, it might power her up more.
He's gonna moonbeam her.
You moonbeam her, you're going to hurt her.
She's a shapeshifter, dude.
And then Larkin will hurt you.
Okay, it was with good intentions this time. Okay, all right. Instead of that, I am going to I'm going to use my Steps of Night action, bonus action, which allows me to fly. So
Oh, that's
Okay.
what it's
Now fly.
called. I don't
You're
think
flying.
it's actually.
Night. Yeah, I don't
think
think I've
you've
ever
actually said the name.
the name. Yeah, I haven't.
I didn't even know it's called
It's
that.
a Twilight Cleric thing anyway. But yeah, I'm assuming we are still in like dim light as
Mm.
we're in an icy cave, right?
Yeah, it's always dim light here.
Cool. Can
It's the
I
best campaign to
fly?
have this
How? Yeah, how tall? Yeah, pretty much. How tall is the Bone Pack Man?
Let's see. It seems to be let's see, the cave entrance is about a 15-foot radius. This is bigger than that. So 20-foot radius, might be 25.
How far does it look like it can reach with its attacks?
It looks like it could engulf a good 30-foot square.
Ooh.
Cool. So basically, no matter where I fly, I'm still going to be within range of it.
Well, it depends. If you're away from everyone else when it's his turn, you won't be engulfed.
Mm. Okay, I'm going to fly back a little bit. And then I'm going to remain in the air. Well, where is Booyag currently?
Booyag seems to be just above it. There's like a slight bone rope that he's holding onto.
Cool.
Yikes.
All right, and then I'm going to cast a 4th level guiding bolt at this bitch. Not Booyag,
for it.
at the bone.
Yeah,
bone
at the
pack man.
bitch. Yeah, Booyag's not a bitch.
No, he's not. He's a great
Does he
character.
look like
Do
a
not
bitch?
steal. That
Do
is a
not
plus
steal.
20.
I stole.
Plus a 20
Sorry?
to
Yeah, that
hit.
hits.
Cool. All right, that is when D&D Beyond catches up with me. Oh, that was a good roll. That is 31 radiant damage.
Jesus.
Fucking hell.
Bloody hell.
And
Just-
also,
You see a lot more cracking.
I guess you could
And
say
he's
it's
blowing
both.
now.
the next target to attack it before the end of my next turn has advantage.
Ooh. Oh my god, the saloon scouts are working together. Because I think it's Lava next.
Right, so how far away is it currently from Lyle?
60 foot.
60 foot. Okay. And everyone seems to be moving backwards, well, except for Lumbar.
Everyone but Lumbar. Lumbar went in front of you.
Lumbar went in front. Okay.
I think Pastel was potentially further back,
I'm
or
holding
however
my
far
movement.
back you go.
I'm holding my movement,
Hmm.
Yes,
basically, to make it simple.
Okay.
she's level with you.
Okay. Attack advantage. Okay. First thing Lyle is going to do is Lyle is going to focus on the sword. As you see, the moonlight coalesce around the sword, and then go towards Bone Pac-Man, and because he's too big, I'm going to flavor it this way. The moonlight is going to coalesce round the bitch's tongue and hold there in place as he's going to hex it, first of all. And I'll fire to your Eldritch Blast. First one being an advantage, so
Ooh.
Hey.
let's see how we do. Ooh. 23.
Yes.
And the second one, which is not at advantage, is 24.
Yeah, that's they're both hit. Yeah.
Four.
I'll be shocked if you guys missed it. Really,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
it's like you missed the giant opening.
Okay, so
okay.
that's 21 points of force damage in total. Actually,
Nice.
not 21 force. It's 15 force and 6 necrotic. Because of the hex.
Got it.
And then Lyle. So Pastel's level with me at the moment.
So Pastel's also closer. Yes.
Lyle will stay with Pastel and just wait for her signal.
Okay. So
Keeping his sword out.
you two are now both 35 foot away. Anyone from Lumbar is 60 foot away, and I'm pretty sure Mr. Fly Man is 30 foot even further back, so 90 foot. Next up.
I'll probably say above, like, whoever's furthest back.
Oh, okay, so that would mean
Number.
you didn't actually move back at all.
Okay, fair enough.
So you're 60 foot
Right,
as well.
fine then. I'm 5 foot back from whoever's furthest back.
Fair enough. You're 65.
It was like a competition.
We're
It is a competition.
playing chicken with Bone Pack.
I moved 10 foot back.
You're at the front. Be quiet.
Technically, not anymore. Anyway, next is Booyag's turn.
Uh,
So as Booyag almost pulls back on the bone, I guess, rope with its Pac-Man creation,
Oh my god, I just
it kind of
realised
flings
something.
itself forwards. What?
It's a giant chain chomp.
Oh my god, it is.
Yeah.
Literally a chain
It's
chomp.
all of the things. Anyway, he flings himself forwards, so he's kind of just directly above where Lyle and Pastel is.
Okay.
And you just see as it kind of goes down out of the ice, starts waving its hands, going booyah, 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 booyah.
oh, by the way, Callum,
As he's
I understand common, so I know. I understand goblin, so I know what he's saying.
okay. What's he saying? So I don't actually know what booyah means.
It just means magic.
Oh, that's what's
It's
happening.
literally just going magic, magic.
He's doing that the Kamehameha currently. Booyah, booyah, booyah.
Charging
Is he-
up a massive laser beam.
No, it's not actually a
Booyah.
massive laser beam. Let's see, is everyone in range? Yes, everyone's in range. Can everyone make me a con save?
No.
That's not the best of
I refuse.
16.
13.
17.
6.
16 for
14.
Larkin, 19 for Freya.
So the DC is 16.
Oh, thank God for that. Fucking hell.
So who got
Bloody
above
hell.
16?
I think most of us.
Me.
I think everyone except Lyle.
I met 16, so
Yeah, so you're. I think didn't Narf get a 13?
No, I've got 13, yeah.
I got a 14.
There's a 14 there, and Lyle got a 6.
6, yeah.
All right, so
group
Lyle
save,
gets a
that's a
different
good
effect
one.
to the lumbar and Narf thing.
Oh no.
Okay.
So you all start feeling this horrible sensation within yourselves. It's almost like your bones are just moving,
Oh,
clicking. Those who succeeded, you kind of shake out of it and you feel this ridiculous cracking sound go out throughout your body, but you get it all back in place.
that's how I normally feel.
Joke's on you.
Wow.
My bones rearrange themselves as a hobby, as a defense mechanism.
You are a shapeshifter, so
Yeah.
Narf and lumbar, your bodies, they feel like they're really stiffened up. Some bits you kind of see, like your arm looks like there's slight zigzaggy, and you kind of try and force it back into place.
Slight zigzaggy.
Don't like that.
Yeah, so
That's not
you
a
would
big
have
deal. It's only a slight.
yeah. So saving throws and attack rolls until the end of Buyag's next turn. You'll have disadvantage.
ugh, bastard.
Lyle,
Yay.
Mm-hmm.
your bones are so fucked up right now that it actually feels like they're getting pulled out. You're currently paralyzed.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And
Okay.
Buyag just finishes with boo. Yeah.
Oh God!
I love this new Pokemon for Gen 9.
Speaking of Pokemon, Larkin, it's your turn.
Yes. So, am I correct in saying like it's doing that Pac-Man thing where its mouth opens and closes as it moves?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to notch 2 of my shatter arrows, and I'm going to aim when its mouth's open and shoot it into the thing's mouth.
It's currently open.
Actually, no, I'm going to harness mark it first, and then I'm going to shoot it.
You see a mini red arrow appear in the middle of it, and then you fire.
Okay, so that's
It's like the targeting system in a lot of games.
Is it
Alright,
hit
so
scan?
Yeah.
that's a 20. That's a 20 and a 25.
Yeah, they hit.
Oh, I always like. Oh, I need to scroll down to the shatter arrow. I'm not sure. If
Oh. Okay, it failed the save. So
Alright, so that's
it's not very dexterous.
6 damage. That's 6 damage plus that. So that's
All his
11.
joints are out of
That's 11 so far. 2d. I roll
This is
2d6
the
because
math
I shot
show.
2.
God, I hate Rangers.
2d6. That's currently 17 damage. Is anyone within 5 feet of it?
No.
So okay, so no one's within range, so I don't guess any. Cool.
Yay, that's maths.
That is 23 damage overall.
That's not bad at all.
6 of that is piercing though.
That is fine. That is fine. So, I would say you hear the shattering sound effects, but with the amount of ice getting shattered coming towards you, it's kind of blurred out. But, are you moving at all, Larkin?
Yeah, Larkin's gonna move back his full 30 feet.
Okay. You are now 90 foot away from Pac-Man. But not Pac-Man Joe.
Words that I never thought I would hear.
Also, Bone Pac-Man is not something you'd hear.
Mm.
This is the train battle from Final Fantasy VI, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
You think
exactly.
I've played
what
Final
Fantasy.
Fantasy?
Wait,
Like, we're
that's
just
easy.
running
I
away
need to
while
suplex
fighting
it. Hold on! I've got this!
Oh god. Alright, speaking of needing a bone, Freya, it's Freya's turn.
Freya's going to see Lyle's paralyzed, so Freya's going to rush up, grab Lyle by the scruff when he's close, disengage as a bonus action, and then.
Right, you don't need to disengage. He's nowhere close. But
Okay. So it's going to grab Lyle, and then would it be an action to grab Lyle?
no, it's Lyle.
Okay. Then Freya's going to dash as a bonus action and as an action, and move 120 feet away.
Can I then use my
Just
health
out
movement?
of its range.
You use some of it to run up to where Lyle went to. So whatever you had left, you can run.
Well, I don't know
So you'd
how
have
much that
15
was.
foot left.
Let's do that. That's fine.
All right, so you run 15 foot back. Freya runs up and then runs back. So Freya's now 95 foot away from that spot. So he's 155 away from Bone Pac-Man.
It can only travel 100 feet per turn and as it dashes, so Lyle's safe for now.
Is that what you think?
If its speed didn't increase.
Oh, no, it definitely didn't. Anyway, it's his turn. Well, it's going to start coming towards everyone, mouth still open. You feel like almost hearing the smashing sound of whacker. As it kind of engulfs, let's see, with the distance between people, it would engulf. Does that 5 foot from Nova affect anything? Bloody hell, it does. Okay. So, Nova, you seem to just be the edge of it as it shuts its jaws down, covering up everybody but Lyle, Freya, Larkin,
Just remember,
and Nova.
I'm also up as well.
I mean, it's bigger than the tunnel, so being up wouldn't matter.
Also, it's like
Okay.
crunching the tunnel down as it goes
Yes.
along.
Tasty ice. Yum yum.
Tasty. Well, it likes a nice, refreshing beverage with its blood tea.
I know someone who chews an ice.
Anyway,
We
can
are the
everyone that's in
tapioca.
this, everyone within the Pac-Man, so that would be Narf, Pastel, Lumbar, and is that everyone? Yeah,
Would
that's
I
everyone.
be within the Pac-Man if I'm within the tank?
Yes, it is literally crushing from underneath and above. You're getting gobbled up.
Your tank's gonna be
I know, the
fucked.
tank.
Yeah, I mean my tank
Ooh.
does have AC and hit points.
I mean,
It's gonna
if you're
be
in the
like-
tank, we'll use the AC and stuff of the tank, so we'll see how much damage it'll take.
There are shards of glass in the Pac-Man's mouth as well.
It depends. Is there like a protective bit on the top?
It is an all-round because it's a submersible. So
It's basically a big barrel crab, isn't it?
yeah,
Oh, fair enough. It is a literal tank. Okay,
it's
so
a literal tank. It
I'm
just looks
use
like
the
a crab.
stats of your crab then.
Okay.
So all of you make me strength saves as you get engulfed and it becomes a lot darker. It looks like all these bones, teeth kind of fly down trying to crush everyone.
I got a 20.
20. Good. You'll take half.
It doesn't have strength, so
Does it not?
no, it doesn't have person stats. It just has vehicle stats or structure stats.
Oh,
So
okay. So would that mean it automatically fails?
I don't know. I can roll flat, or if you want it to automatically fail, it can do.
Just roll it flat and we'll see what we get.
It needs a
Four.
full stat.
4. Okay, yeah, it fails.
Cool.
9. What did you get, Nuff?
Well, I was at disadvantage, so I got a natural 1.
Oof.
Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah, that was painful. This dice has not been kind to me.
18. So the only one that succeeded was Pastel. So you'll take half of this.
Surprised the barbarian
Yeah,
succeeded the
15.
strength save.
20.
Mm-hmm.
23.
See, being a barbarian is good
8,
for something.
32.
I never said it
36,
wasn't.
40.
It's gonna
45.
fucking suck.
Yep.
48. everyone takes 54 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, I wish I
What?
would have raged. Uh,
Ooh.
4 divided by 2 is
Which means it's very good that the paralyzed one's not there.
27.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. The crap's okay.
Ouch. Big
So
ouchie.
I'm pretty sure. So I don't know how much HP that crab has,
It has
but
200
I
HP.
imagine you're currently like a tin can just
Yeah,
getting.
it fucking sucks.
They call him Lumbar the
Don't
Sardine.
worry, it's all
No,
going to buff out. Don't worry about it.
Nova, you're the closest. You just hear like a crunching sound within this Pac-Man, and it's not of bones.
146 HP.
I
No,
visibly
you're alive.
Barely. He's. Oh God, is he dead? Almost. He's so close.
Oh well, it's your turn. So
Okay.
you currently are within the Pac-Man, so you can't exactly run out. The tongue's looking at you.
Yeah.
You're currently within
Again,
the
something
Pac-Man.
I'd never thought I'd hear.
Okay, with Booyag's thing on me, is my movement affected at all?
No.
Okay. If I went behind the tongue, how close am I to everyone else?
The tongue is in front of you. You'd have to go. Oh no, you're right. You're right where Lumbar is. So if you move 15 foot forward, closer to the tongue, that's where Pastel would be.
Ah, damn it.
I wave. Hey. I'm good.
And
No,
directly
please.
behind you is a bony surface.
Okay, I had a plan. I can't really do the plan now.
You just hope it doesn't. It's not a chewing motion. This thing does.
If we didn't have a naming theme, today's episode should be called "Get Boned."
What's
We
your
have a
plan,
naming
Narf?
thing?
You look like you got a plan. I can help.
Yeah, I need you to move out of the way.
Alright, you got it.
There's enough room if you want to shoot like past her.
It's not necessarily I need to shoot past her. I need my
Okay.
allies to not be in the way whilst I do what I do.
I see. Well, what's the radius
You
of
could
it or
hold-
whatever?
you
it
could
is?
hold- an
It's yeah, okay. If I run towards the tongue, Narf's
Yep.
going to run towards the tongue. Going to inform.
I say that's 20 foot to the tongue, so you're 5 foot in front of Pastel.
Okay. Pastel, when you can, run away from me, because I'm going to go boom.
What? No. You're not doing that. No.
No, it's okay. I won't be hurt, but if you're close to me, you will be. The point is, I will hurt this. So
I'm
please.
going to do a chatsu.
Fucking hell, if you're sure. Okay. Fine. You better not die.
I won't. If I aim properly.
Pardon? Didn't catch that.
Nothing. It's all good. All good. Ish. Being inside a mouth.
Okay. Alright.
Alright, so you hold your action, whatever spell it is, or.
Yes.
Okay. Narf goes for the Chatsu route. Lumbar, it's your
Hello.
turn. I don't know how your machine is now.
I mean, it's okay. Like it's got a lot of
It probably
health.
looks like a Mick Foley opening.
Yeah, it's probably got a few crunches in it. It's not looking great.
Got it.
What I do think I'm going to do though is pop myself out the little hatch again. And I guess if this thing just crunched down on us, I'm going to fire another 2 shots straight up into it. Can I see Booyag? Is Booyag's riding on the back?
No, Booyag's here.
I'm going for Booyag.
He's inside as well. He's above the tongue.
He's above the tongue?
Oh, even better.
I'm going to shoot that bastard then. So I'm going to do my first shot.
Narf and Pastel like Neo bullet time, like
All of my creations all in one spot together. It's beautiful.
It's a 26 to hit.
Yep.
And the second one is a 8 plus. That's a 19 to hit. Splendid.
Booyag's eyes go wide open. Booyag.
So
You shoot between the eyes.
that's 22 points of damage as.
Oh.
Oh no, I roll with disadvantage, don't I? Alright.
Yes, currently.
Yeah. Okay.
But the
so that
first one will hit anyway.
was a 26, and then okay. So I'll do the second one. So the first roll was a 5 on damage, so that would be 10 points damage on the first
Okay, I
hit.
didn't read that properly.
Oh no.
Did you not
And the
know?
second shot is an 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And the second roll of damage was a 7 plus 5, so that's 12 points damage on the second one. So 22 again in total.
Oh, so the exact same.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So 2 more shots go off as
Booyag is getting
Lumbar looks
absolutely
around
booyagged.
at the crunched crab and is coughing and just goes and closes the hatch and hides back into his crab.
He's been inside of his crab so long he can't exist outside of it now.
He doesn't want to leave.
Lombard doesn't walk.
No. This is how I've been since the start of the campaign. Did you not realise I've never actually taken a step?
Indeed. All right. So is that Lombard's turn?
Yes, indeed it is.
Pastel.
So not really liking Narf's plan. I'm gonna at least get a couple hits in before I leave.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pull out my.
I mean, you've played enough video games. The tongue's the weakness.
I'm gonna pull out. Yep, that is a uvula that I need to punching bag. So I'm gonna need to pull out my crossbow, which I've had a long time, which I've never used properly. I'm going to rage, which is a decent one.
Now pastel means business.
I mean, I don't want to take that much damage again, and even, you know, and I get a rage, a wild surge, as it were. Ooh, cool. So I need creatures of my choice within 30 feet of me must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. So that'll be Booyag and the bone golem.
Pac-Man.
Yep.
Booyag got a 19.
Ooh.
Pac-Man got an 8.
So 8 plus 4 plus 3 is 15. So they needed a 15. So
Okay.
the golem fails, and it takes a d12 of necrotic damage. 11 necrotic damage. And then I also gain a d12 temporary hit points, which is also an 11 because of course it fucking is. So these
Don't complain about that one. That's good.
No, I know it's funny. So these shadowy tendrils like come up and start like lashing at them.
Oh my god, you've become
like.
Venom.
That's what it's. That's as written. I did not reflavor that one.
I know you didn't. I know that one.
So yeah. So then I'm going to attack recklessly with my crossbow, wielding it as if it were a big pickaxe.
Perfect. I respect this.
Yeah.
I knew you would.
Oh, that's a 2 and a 1. So a maximum of 9. No,
That doesn't
10.
hit.
Sorry, 10. And then the
Still does
second
not hit.
attack is a bit better. Yeah. 25.
A little bit better.
You
Yes,
think
that one
was a
does
bit
hit.
better? Yeah. So that's gonna be. Of course, I roll a 1 on the damage die. That's gonna be a solid 8 damage. Bludgeoning, I assume.
Yeah. So that would be
So,
doubled, wouldn't it?
16, yeah. And then, because I raged this turn, I get an extra half of my movement speed. So I've got 60 foot of movement, and What's behind the Pac-Man?
And the Pac-Man is the back of the Pac-Man.
What's at the back of the Pac-Man?
Bone.
What's behind the back of the Pac-Man?
Behind the back of the Pac-Man would be the rest of the tunnel, but you'd
So
have to get through the wall of bones to get to it.
Okay, I'm just
You're
gonna.
currently in like a bone chamber.
I'm gonna try and keep up the pace with the Pac-Man, so that I don't get bit, and also don't.
Right. You're currently inside, so you'll get bit. But okay,
How much teeth does it have?
it's an entire thing.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
great.
If you're
Oh.
inside this thing,
Do I
it's
think I
going
can
to-
outrun it?
not while inside.
What if I've got 60 foot of movement?
Then you'll be crashing into a wall and then saying "Get me out!" and like the meme that let me in.
So I can't leave the Pac-Man.
I mean, if you had an action to smash through, maybe.
Not through the front. Well, I'll just move. I'll
Front
just
or the back, you could try and smash through.
I'll just
but...
move away from Nerve.
Okay.
As you go to do
We
that,
say run up
North
to a lumber
realizes the spell and tells you don't need to run as North grabs your hand.
All right, then I'll
Because
grab Narf back and I'll start moving with the speed of the Pac-Man.
Okay,
So-
sure.
So as
No, because off your spell.
yes, so North and Pestel are hand in hand because I'm assuming you're a willing creature that's going to come with me.
Sure.
And North casts Thunderstep.
Ooh.
So anything
okay.
within 10 feet, Booyag and the Tongue have to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Booyag
DC
got
is 16.
constant 19 for Booyag for that. And 15 for Pac-Man.
Okay, Pac-Man fails. Booyag succeeds. So Pac-Man takes. Do maths, Frank. I'm trying to. That's 20 points of damage.
Okay.
And Booyag takes 10. And we teleport to
Alright.
the front of the Pac-Man's mouth.
Okay, so you're directly underneath Nova.
Excellent.
But before that, can you tell me how you'd like to do this?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Nice.
Well.
Frank's speechless.
So please explain how this thunderclap of lightning obliterates Pac-Man from the inside.
So that is exactly what happens. North grabs
That's
Pascal's
amazing.
hand, grabs his staff, thrusts it onto the floor as a massive boom of thunder and crackle and lightning as North and Pastel disappear, and these bolts of
This is how I
thunder
disappear.
and it's like thunder and everything's happening, and it just explodes.
As the rest of you outside of the Pac-Man see all these bolts of lightning coming out of it, the only one seeing truly what's going on is Lumbar hiding in the tank. Just like,
Hell yeah.
As suddenly all of it just smashes out right into the walls as they're all basically engraved. And Booyag's just there with almost like, the exploded hair thing.
I became base boosted, and I was just like, God damn.
And yeah, that thing's dead, and Booyag is surprised.
Oh damn! Oh damn!
Nova,
Mm.
or should I say Lewis? Your creation is in front of you.
What's he doing? What is he doing?
He's currently fixing his hair.
Is anybody directly below
No.
him? Moonbeam.
Say the line, Nova.
That's 5th level.
5th level, alright.
Mm-hmm.
Bloody hell.
Power up the orbital
He's
laser cannon.
determined to. He's
Would
determined
you?
to kill his creation.
So yeah. It doesn't do anything right now, but when it if it starts its turn there or enters it on its turn, It takes the damage.
Alrighty.
Alright, here
Next.
comes the game. Here comes the game. Let's see if we can kill it before the
Oh,
moonbeam does.
and oh wait, no, I can't cast 2 spells. Never mind.
Can't you use
Fair
your
enough.
sword?
He's used all the
I
charges. I
already,
think.
yeah, I already used all the charges on the bulk heroes
Unless you get a short rest in.
when I was being extra and had 2 moonbeams up at the same time.
Or get them all out while you can. Next up would be Lyle. Lyle, you're paralyzed. This bone feeling is horrible. You've heard about boning, but this is the worst thing.
Oh, come on.
What? What?
I'm going to role play this as if Lyle is in such total shock that he just cannot speak right now. That'll be my
You
turn.
are currently hanging from
Hey,
Freya's
that's fine.
mouth,
You
by
can't
the way.
speak as paralyzed, I think. Next up is Booyag. So I must roll that save.
Con save, please.
Con Sable. That's a 1. Go on.
Okay. So that is
Oh.
pretty shit roll. 23 radiant damage.
Ooh,
It's not good.
that's a painful one.
hmm
God, he was so close there. Alright, so what's Booyag gonna do? Oof. Booyag's probably not used to this situation. Booyag is going to use Zazaza. Yeah, I say he's going to use Bone Storm.
That sounds fun.
That sounds terrifying.
So I
It's a great name
need
for a fucking
Lumbar's.
Viking metal band, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I need Lumbar's Tank. I need Nova. I need Narf and Pastel. All roll me deck saves.
Moving
Must
at
be
30
the only one
feet was the
disadvantage.
best thing I've ever done.
Can I see
You don't
it?
have disadvantage anymore.
Awesome.
Yes, you can very much see all the bones swirling around him and going towards you.
Cool.
Oh, I've got to throw.
Can you
That's
make me
away.
make a wisdom save at some point, please, Cal?
I think this
No.
does
Because that's my best save, and I don't think I've
Mine.
ever made one.
I don't do
Did.
charmings.
15.
That's 9 for my deck save.
Okay.
7.
I've been waiting for somebody to get hit by an attack roll for the past 4 sessions, and it's all been saves.
I've given my tank a -2 dex because it's a tank. And I got an 11.
Okay, well, you needed 16.
Oh no, I got a 15.
So you kind of just see the crushed bone still sparking a little bit, suddenly get pushed off the wall, spinning around Booyag as he points them towards you guys, and they're just flung all towards you. As you take... Oh, using the wrong dice. I need bigger ones.
Hey guys, remember that session where we kept
Okay.
rolling 20s?
Yeah, huh?
Fine.
Yeah.
Do you remember that ancient
Fine.
white dragon that died in a turn? And
Cut it a bit.
Mhm.
so you will
Less
take
than
32
12
points of bludgeoning damage.
Is it
Okay,
magical
cool.
bludgeoning or just regular bludgeoning?
It's just regular
32
bludgeoning.
points of
Okay.
bludgeoning.
32 halved is...
32.
Hold on.
Narf drops to the ground.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's alright. I can help.
He got crushed by Pac-Man, and now this is
Oh shit, here comes Pac-Man.
It's alright, I got
compared to the
healed.
barbarian and the fighter and the tank.
Yeah,
It's
I'm good,
expected.
actually. I'm pretty good, honestly. I'm doing
Yeah,
fine.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Larkin,
Yes, my turn. Okay.
it's your turn.
Uh,
Yes.
I'm going to bonus action move my hunter's mark on to Booyag. Then I'm going to pull out 2 normal arrows this time.
He's
And
taking it easy now.
Yeah, and I'm going to shoot Booyag.
Did he move, or is he still in the moonbeam?
He stayed in the moonbeam.
That's an
Mm.
18 and a 19.
Yep, they both hit.
Do I have sneak attack active?
No.
Okay.
Do you think anyone else is getting close to that moonbeam?
I will.
That is 11 damage.
I'm fucking
Overall.
not.
11 damage. Nicely done. Is that your
Yeah,
turn?
that's my turn.
All right. Freya is amazed that she's reached her true form
Mm.
once more. It's her turn. She is miles away from Buyag. But
Uh,
Lyle looks like he's calming down.
Okay. She's going to put down Lyle because Lyle's safe here, and she's gonna run back in and go over to Narf if she can make it. She's how far away is Narf?
Now from you is minus the
Not from me,
20.
from Freya.
Yeah, from Freya, from Freya. I know. 20 foot there. You went round that way. Is about 75 foot away.
Okay, so Freya's going to dash, use 120 feet movement speed, going to get Narf and try and pull him as far away as she can
When Freya
away
comes
from.
close, Pastel puts out her hand like, wait. Just wait.
Yeah, Freya's gonna pull Narf over to Pastel.
Freya moves him an inch.
End of turn.
In the turn. Narf.
Death saving
Can you roll
throw?
me a death save?
That's not going to natural one. That's a 10. Jesus Christ, that
Oh,
was so
success.
close.
Nice.
Jesus,
Close
that
one.
was
Yeah.
that's like the barely scraping through.
Lember.
Hello.
This thing just destroyed your Ferrari, crab. What are you going to do?
Destroyed it. I'm at half health now.
To me, for a Ferrari, that's fucked up. That's over half its price.
It's fucked. I'm upset, but like
Smoke it.
Quite literally.
Well, I don't have disadvantage anymore.
Did you not?
Buyag's still swirling around, isn't
He is.
Mhm.
He's
Yeah.
still glowing in light.
he? Okay. I'm going
Bright
to
moonlight.
kick open the top hatch, and I'm going to go back into my sitting position and put the bow across my feet. And with a single tear rolling down my cheek from the damage my ancient family heirloom that's passed down through generations has sustained.
Yeah, that's always been here.
I'm going to do 2 sharpshooter shots against Buyag.
Okay.
So the first one is a 16 to hit.
Hits.
Oh, lovely. And
That's
the
his
second
AC.
one is is a 24 to hit.
Yes, they hit.
Splendid.
They hit indeed.
It's a sharpshooter shot.
Yes.
Don't you have like minus 5
Yep,
to
but I
hit
have a
on
plus
those?
11 normally.
Oh, nice.
Bloody hell.
So that first shot is 20 damage, and the second shot is 23 damage.
Nice. And how does this kill Booyag?
Yeah!
I think the first shot very much has to snipe through and hit in Buyag's one little eye socket and just almost comically pin the skull to the back of the wall, and then just go for another one and be like, and then hit the other one. And it's
Extremely impressive because he is a ghost.
Maroon
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
ghostly
Rolling.
body. And then it turns into mist.
Meanwhile, in Avernus, oh,
I felt that one. Booyag.
I feel bad now.
Booyag disappears. Initiative is over.
I drop rage.
sad
I then
crab.
down, and I attempt to heal Narf with a healing, a curing Kill wounds.
Kill
That's the word.
Is the
8 heals for Narf.
okay? Sure.
It's what?
8. Nice. Thank you very much.
And then I'm just like, right, this is how you do it. And and then I'll cast a 3rd level.
I
Cure
only have
Wounds
one
on
of them per long rest. I thought you were out of spells.
No,
Wow,
I've used my high level spells.
Got Shira to go and fight. Jesus Christ.
Well, let's fucking
And
hope we don't need that later on.
13 healing because I rolled shit. I always roll shit. Like spells where I have loads of dice, I always roll shit on all of them.
So just roll shit spells.
I'm feeling left out. I'm gonna go in and
Oh no!
I'm
no,
hang on.
no, don't.
No. Then I'm like, this is how you do it, and I'm gonna cast Beacon of Hope.
We need our fucking spell
Ooh.
slots. Stop it.
No. I'm doing this. I'm gonna cast Beacon of Hope, and then that means that anybody in within range of 30 foot regains the maximum number of hit points from any healing I do.
bloody hell.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
And then I cast another 3rd level Cure
Oh my
Wounds.
fucking god.
Bloody hell!
3 3rd level spells.
No,
What?
you will live.
Narf then regains 28 hit points.
Very nice.
Narf, are you at full health yet?
He's not.
Very close. Very close.
I cast another 3rd level. No, I will cast a 1st level one though. So that's another 12.
Bloody
Here we
hell.
go. I'm practically at full health now.
Oh my god, how much health do you have?
69
level-
in total.
Nice.
We're level 9.
We're level
Guys are
9,
level 9.
but also
Even
nice.
a wizard has a bulky amount of health.
You did the
Narf
first one as well, right?
Narf
The
actually has
13.
more health than Larkin.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to think whilst everyone's freaking out about Nova using so much healing that you just see Lyle in the corner still paralyzed, just stuck in place, just being like, I can't move.
It's
Hey, you're not
Sorry, I
paralyzed
don't have
anymore.
great restoration.
No.
No
You're good,
more-
Lyle. You're good.
No more spells.
Mm.
Well, how are you feeling?
Yes, I'm much better. We all good?
When did you become Lyle?
Guys,
Oh,
I think you should check Lyle's bones. Some may be broken, also known as break.
Hey.
Let's go on
Hey.
break.
Back in a sec.
Hello there, everybody. Hello there, everybody. Hello there, everybody. Hello there, everybody. everybody. Hello there, everybody. Hello there, everybody. Hello there, everybody. everybody. Hello there, everybody. Hello there, everybody. Hello there, everybody.
Bring,
Bling.
bring, bring.
Long.
Bring, bring.
With my Yoshi
I
impression.
think we're
Where did
back.
truffles come from?
Mm.
Hello! We have returned. They have defeated this monstrosity
Oh no.
and the Pac-Man thing.
I forgot to start recording.
That's okay, secret.
This bit or in total?
We've been streaming, we just haven't been recording, which means that I can just download it from Twitch and deal with it that way.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's our
Oh,
secret
okay.
lost episode. Every great show has one.
It's just
We've
annoying.
already got
that's
one
all.
of those.
We've got too many of those.
Well, we're so good. We have two.
3. Anyway.
These are just the lost episodes. We haven't read the real thing.
The lost episodes of Fandelver.
There's not been a single episode since the ending of the first campaign.
That's not true.
Anyway, let
We've
me
got
know
a
when
lost-
we're back.
We are back. We've got a lost
we're-
half of an episode.
so this is us currently
Mhm.
streaming.
Oh,
We're still
Sweet.
streaming.
pros
yeah.
at
Hey
this.
guys, we're professional.
No. We don't
Yeah.
need to be professional. That's the whole appeal.
Exactly.
It's
suck.
MS Paint.
Yeah.
That's our style.
If you want to hear a rogue kiss on stream, then tune in on Wednesdays. It's a
Oh,
dream.
God.
So,
We're chased
we're
by
in a
bees, that's what
tunnel,
that is.
an icy cavern. There's bones stuck to a lot of the walls now. What we doing, guys?
Drinking hot chocolate.
Crying on top of my crab mech, trying to buff out the deep scratches and dents in the top of it.
Speak to me, Biscuit.
Okay.
Speak to me.
Just, oh, Mother would never forgive me for this. Oh. Using Druidcraft just to try and create some flowers that will go over the top of the dents and hide them.
Better?
Oh, we near Automata Core now.
You're that teenager that crashed the car and you're trying to sneak back into the house without waking up the parents.
Can I?
Caused a massive scratch in my dad's red Corvette and it's just got a red Sharpie and is like quickly edging it in. Like, it's the same colour, it's fine.
Can we see through like the tunnels now, or is it still black?
You can see through the tunnels.
Okay, I'm going to use my amazing ranger skills to see if I can try and find like the quickest route there through the mess of the tunnels and everything around us.
There's one
I
route,
thought it was just one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was just one direct tunnel.
so you
I say
found
direct.
it.
Yeah, let's go. I found it. I'm that good, everyone.
Wait, you're a ranger?
Oh god.
Freya just
Come
kind
on,
of
let's
looks
go.
back, is like, really? Freya ate one of those mushrooms from before.
Hmm.
That's why
how
she's
she
double
got
sized.
big. Yeah. It made like a noise.
Yeah. Anyway, you continue walking along.
I've got an idea. How about I start singing again?
How about no?
I load up one of my ballista shots.
I already feel like I can't feel my body. I don't need anything else. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sounds like half the group. That's
This is-
not a
this is
no.
good RPing right here. This is going well.
No, it's just like no.
I was
I
going
want
to
to
say
hear it.
half the group didn't say no. Freya's the deciding vote. Alright, so we
somebody
say
else
whatever's
need
going.
healing.
Yeah.
Oh, does anyone else need healing?
I'm like
No.
20,
'Cause I've still
I'm
got
like
my
20 below my max.
mm,
I'm
Probably
not. I'm
no
not.
Tanks.
I'm not in danger. So
If your
it's
tanks
okay.
go down, you don't have tanks no more.
Could you
Alright.
just
It-
give it a nice
is
little pat?
anybody? Hmm.
If you can do anything to get rid of our
We
minus 10 health, then that'd be appreciated.
We
but-
buffer out our tank.
Get rid of.
We're cursed with a -10 max HP.
Your next long
Oh
rest.
no, I've got Greater Restoration, but that's level 5, and I've only got one level 5 spell slot.
No.
I
That's
don't
good.
have Lesser Restoration unless I long rest. I could Protection from Evil and Good you. Would that help?
It would have, but I think it's a bit late now.
hmm
Yeah, great job, Mr. Moonbeam.
Look, it's my gimmick, okay? I can also Guiding Bolt and hit things with my rapier, and I swing it around.
This is amazing roleplay value.
hmm
Oh, and I'm also flying still, and I touch
This
back
is-
down on the ground.
This is fantastic roleplaying.
So, what are you guys planning to do after this? I've got a couple of debts to deal with.
Sorry, I'm busy catching up on the Mystic Tavern streams. The Critical Role who?
I've already discussed with Saloon what will happen to me after this.
I'd like to go to the festival.
That was 3 days ago.
I know.
hmm
I know, voice in my head. Next time.
Just wait till we time travel. Remember, this is a Final Fantasy game, so we have to time travel after
No,
the
it's not a Nomura written one.
We have to go back and save her from dying, okay?
You food from
What?
dying.
I don't know.
You're making a Final Fantasy VII joke.
I am, yeah.
Have you been playing Final Fantasy? Like, how did you get the Phantom Train meme earlier?
I just know about it.
Okay.
I know a lot about Final Fantasy, but I haven't played any of them really.
Oh, yeah, the
And
city
so
of
the
moon,
madness
yeah.
of the cave continues getting into you guys. You're thinking about Final Fantasy and
Talking about fantasies that are final.
Man, I sure
something
am
about
feeling
time
mad.
travel.
13
That's
is
not
the
a thing
best
that can
one.
happen. Eventually, you reach what you realize is the ice wall cave kind of just opens up as you see this rather large ice bridge going over to this almost perfectly circular domed, not domed, almost perfectly circular city known as the City of the Moon.
I run over the bridge.
I get it.
All right, you start rushing over the bridge.
It's the shape of a moon.
Oh, wait, Nova, we don't know.
No, just let him go. Let him go.
He's
Let him
gone.
go first. Let him go first.
All right. Well, allow Nova to start running in slow motion as I describe some other scenes she's seen.
Dun,
This
dun, dun, dun.
Freeze
is
frame.
Baywatch for him.
Chariots of Fire. Yeah.
I bet you're wondering how I got here.
Yeah, that's how we do the time travel back. It's all flashbacks.
Yeah, right back to the beginning of the campaign. Yes, I look
So as you're
different
kind of
here.
running forward, you could kind of see first of all, the city itself. All the structures around it look like they're made of, most of them at least, looks like they're made of moonstone. I know, right?
It has the word moon in it.
Specifically, the nicer ones have this kind of colouring. So imagine that for a lot of
Ooh.
walls and buildings.
Ooh, very nice.
Pearlescent.
Some of them do
Ooh,
have
couple of
the little
fairies.
circular pebbles like for designs. On the walls that you're currently running towards in slow motion over, of this, walls around the city, I should say. You see all the different phases of the moon, like these, circling around the
Nova.
city, and
Nice stock image.
thank you. Well, he's really. I don't care.
No, it's fine.
You actually notice, Nova, as you are currently a bit of an incline running down to the city, more or less, that a lot of the buildings, they're not pointed tops like most buildings are. They're curved,
Okay.
and they've all got like a design of one of the stages of the moon. So there's like the half moon, or should I say the waxing quarter district, and then there's the waning gibbous district, and etc. etc.
Guys, tag yourself in Faces of the Moon. I'm waxing gibbous.
Bloody hell.
I'm old.
The only structure that looks out of place is the Charlatan Tower directly in the middle. This looks like a rather large city. You don't know what's inside it exactly because you're just about to get to the walls. You get to the wall.
Good thing we have a guide.
Gate's open.
You know, something
The gate
sounds
looks
more-
like it's been one side of it's kind of off its hinges, and it looks like it was just an image of saloon.
Before I enter the city, I'm going to take out a bundle of arrows, which look familiar to Lyle, and I'm going to snap these arrows in half and throw them off the side of the bridge.
Damn.
So now
You
I...
snap some arrows.
Exploding arrows.
Are these the Charlatan ones?
Yes.
Okay. Good to know. By the way, if you ran out of time, those who had Charlatan on them would be controlled without any saves. Nicely done. So,
Oh,
Oh
Nicely
wow!
done.
dang. That's
You
bad.
held on to them the entire time
Well, that could have been useful.
in this place.
To be honest, if you know how big this thing is, I got about.
You cut out.
Yeah, you cut
I said to be honest, like if you know how big this thing is, like you kind of forget what's in there.
Fair enough.
fair enough indeed. So, as you kind of enter this portion of the city, or if you do enter, are we going through the gates?
Yeah.
Oh, then we're making Nova be the guinea pig.
All right, Nova, you run inside.
I do.
You kind of
I'm
look
squealing
around.
like a little girl.
For whatever reason, you, Larkin, and Lumbar, you don't speak it yet, but you are starting to get a hang of a bit of moon speak as you kind of like look at some of the words. You see a sign next to this little, well, it's like a little circular grass patch with a tree with little purple pears growing on it. Still growing, still alive. That's interesting.
Are
Oh,
those
can I take one?
are those like edible?
Yes. We'll find out in a sec, I think.
Oh, fucking going for one of them.
Yeah, so you
How
kind of walk
far is
over
it
to
currently?
the purple pear tree.
Yeah. Just gonna pick
Pick
one
up a
up,
pear.
give it a little sniff.
So it's still, I was going to say, sweet smell. Does sweet
Yeah.
doesn't have a smell.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I
But
guess it's
strawberry
sort of-
smells
Kind of
sweet,
like
like
an-
apple smells sweet.
An assisting
Anyway,
acidic.
imagine a pear, but it's slightly larger.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm chomping down. Never had a pear
All right, you're
before.
jumping down.
Excellent.
Can you roll me a d20?
I can.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Boy.
Pears
My
of
pear's very
wonders.
nice. I got a natural one.
Natural one.
Guess you could say it as well.
Yeah, I did. Oh.
You're about to lose another character. I hope you save Nomad.
Can I just mage hands the pear out
Oh, you
of
have
his
just
mouth?
gained a useless charm.
I mean,
Ooh.
that's a mood, but carry
We're
on.
all going to eat a
I say
pear.
it's useless because I think you already have Druidcraft.
That I do. Do I have double Druidcraft now?
You now have free uses of this cantrip.
Oh, hell yeah.
That you can cast at any time normally.
Can I use it just to grow more pear?
Larkin's gonna make his way up into the tree and he's gonna start picking them.
That's
and, like,
actually a
throw
good idea. We
them
glossed
down to
over that.
people.
Mm.
Use
So
the
you can,
druid craft.
Start picking some
Yeah.
pears.
No, just pulls out his notebook and is documenting everything.
How many pairs do I get?
How many do you want?
As many as I can get.
Don't make me count. How many do you
Open
want?
up the quiver. Oh, they go in every single
One.
pair.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, you're
Let's
greedy.
say let's say 7. One for each of the party.
You can have 7.
Okay.
The
So I'll toss everyone a fruit, and I'll give I'll even give Freya one.
sure.
And
Freya seems rather happy. She looks like she has had this for a while.
we'll all munch down on it.
Grub up.
Mm,
Grub up.
I mean, surely that's a hard decision.
I eat mine.
Well,
No,
if you want to, I'm
Nova's
gonna eat mine.
No, I'm gonna eat mine. I was just, these fruits
No,
have
no,
a
no.
peg,
I'm going to eat the
so
moon fruit.
I'm gonna eat 2 moon fruits, and I grab 2 and take a bite out of each.
You're not gonna believe it, but me and Freya both rolled a 10.
Gee, Nova, how come your goddess lets you have 2 moon fruits?
I look over. Lyle's got
Alright,
5.
everyone that's eating a pear, roll me a d20. If you
I'm-
eat multiple, you still only get 1. of
Does that
these
mean
effects.
Nova's eating a pair of
Oh.
pears?
Can I roll twice and pick which one I want?
Sure.
Do I get to know what they do first?
Or
No.
Good try.
Oh, I'm gonna go with 11 because it's speaking to me.
Sure, Lyle will eat.
Alright, so I'll start with Eddie said first. So 4, you get
God of
the
Thunder.
charm of the vicious mockery.
oh, this would be fun.
This charm allows you to cast vicious mockery cantrip.
Wow.
As an
Wow.
action 3 times. It's a 5th level version with a DC of 15.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Vicious mockery
So
action
Nova, your one.
5th
Yeah.
level DC 15.
You got 11.
That is
credits.
correct.
You got the charm of sending.
Oh,
This charm allows you to cast the sending spell as an action. No components required. Once used, the charm vanishes.
I throw my sending stone off the bridge.
What the fuck?
I catch it.
Okay.
Damn, if only we could figure out how Charlie and Zook are doing.
They're dead, aren't they?
Zook
We know one of them are dead.
possibly dead. Timber could have been
According
lying.
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like it works better if Zook is dead because then Charlie has 2 mentor figures that have died and he's now really tragic.
He's now
No.
Batman.
Yeah, he's
Someone
Batman.
should play as Charlie
Yeah.
in the next campaign just because he's already got the tragic backstories figured out.
Charlie's like level 20 at this point. Charlie's better than all of us.
Yeah, and he'd be a monk so he doesn't age, so it makes sense.
Oh, what'd you get?
I got
Did you eat a fruit?
a 13.
A 13. You have the charm of cure wounds.
Oh.
Yay!
This charm allows you to cast the cure wounds spell, a 3rd level version, as an action. No components required. Your spellcasting ability for this charm is wisdom. Once used, this charm vanishes from you.
Okay.
Where do you add charms on D&D Beyond?
I don't know.
I do have a
me and-
question.
Yes.
You said it was a 5th level version of Vicious Mockery, but Vicious Mockery is a cantrip.
Yes.
What?
It's as in when you reach level 5 of cantrips, it's the powered up version.
I see. Okay. But it doesn't go up in power. Oh wait, yes it does. Never mind. Okay.
I'll say that.
Like
me
2d4?
and Freya both got
Mhm.
a 10.
Yeah, 2d4.
Oh, yes. So you both also got charm of sending.
Okay.
Arf. Do you want to join it?
Yes, I got a 15.
Pip. A 15.
Oh, that's the only bad one. No.
Oh, you got
Don't say that.
No.
Let's see.
No, the only person that got a bad one was Will because he's already got it.
Uh-huh.
That sucks.
So you got the charm of lightning bolt.
What?
Okay.
Hey, be a brand all over again.
It's Theo Brand again. God damn it. This charm allows you to cast the lightning bolt spell, DC 15, as an action. No components required. Once used, this charm vanishes from you.
Nice.
You got a free lightning bolt.
Hell yeah.
Why is
Is that everyone?
Why is 11 and 10 the same? By the way.
I'm guessing. It's
There's 9 to
level
11
2.
is charm of sending.
Oh, okay. In
Uh,
that case,
Would you like? Is everyone rolled?
I
Yeah, I
believe so.
think so.
Would you like me to tell you what the others were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
We've got charm of invisibility, which was 6 to 8, which you could have used 3 times.
Wow.
Wow.
There was charm of purple mancy,
Sorry.
Huh?
which is essentially casting fairy fire.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
as a bonus action.
hmm
And you can use that 3 times. Or Charm of Restoration. This is a nat 20. This charm has 6 charges. You can use an action to expend some of its charge to cast one of the following spells: Greater Restoration, Lesser Restoration. Once all of its charge are expended, the charm vanishes.
Damn, that would have been nice.
That would have been nice.
Yeah. Anyway, you've eaten the fruit, and as you guys have been eating the fruit, you kind of see, you see this creature kind of walking towards you.
Hmm.
This green thing.
Does it look friendly?
You tell me.
It doesn't
Oh,
look
well,
friendly.
no, thank
No,
you.
that does not.
And he
look
just
friendly.
kind of shouts out to you. It's like, "Oi, stop eating all the pears!"
Oh, sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Technically, we're from here.
Technically,
no.
it's how.
Technically, we have residency. Like me
No,
and Freya.
technically, I guess
how it
Freya
works.
is from here.
Welcome
We used
to
to live
the
here, so we're stealing all your stuff. It's
City
fine.
of the Moon colonization. Let's go.
And
We've got squatters'
guy
rights.
that's-
We've been here all the time.
The City of the Moon landing was fake.
this guy is kind of shouting at you for eating the purple pears. He's kind of like holding on to a chain, which seems to be connected to this guy.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's a nice penguin.
That is
Oh,
a big
boy.
penguin.
Callum.
Let's go.
As he's shouting, can I take another piece of fruit from the tree and throw it in his mouth?
Why must you start a
want-
Why
fight
are you
with him?
why are
roll
you
to hit if you
buffing
like.
him? Do not
Go for it,
buff
roll
the
to hit.
enemy.
Yes.
You stop
That's-
using
that's-
things that I'm going to use in my
that's a
campaign.
14.
Like the big claw, like armed thing.
What, the forearm thing from the book that I'm using?
Yeah, I literally just put one of those in my plans.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Fine, don't worry. I can
I'm s-
change it. I'll put something tougher in instead.
You should stop
No.
being so basic.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a 14.
14. Does that hit? That does
Oh,
not hit.
Shit.
You just see it throw past him. So, stop wasting the fruit!
Okay, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
You kind of see, as he's kind of getting annoyed, you see like the penguin kind of waddle up to all of you. He just reaches you like at the end of his chain. It's like, hello.
Hello.
Oh my
Hey.
god, it speaks.
Are you okay? Do we need to help you?
No. I'm in a really good day all the time. And he kind of passes you like a piece of paper. Look, this is what I draw before.
Oh,
What
How
does it have
do
on
you
it?
draw? It doesn't
What-
look like you've got
what's it
opposable
drawn?
thumbs.
What's it drawn?
It says help me.
Yeah, how?
Right.
I'm gonna,
Wow,
I'm gonna
this
Would
is-
you like some radishes?
It's
Is there
really
is there a
pretty.
lock or something on the chain?
Is there a lock on it?
Yeah, like is there a lock like on the collar around its neck?
It
Did I-
looks like it's just attached to the collar, but you could try to take it off if you'd like.
Can I
Although the
try
guy
some?
is staring at you.
I'm gonna
Right.
try and
Hold on,
like
What's this moon person thinking? The
Okay,
other moon
so
person.
so
Oh, boy.
I have the cantrip mending, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
if I look at the chain
Okay.
and I picture in my head that its true form is that
That's not how
one of
mending
the
works.
links is missing, and I would like to mend it
That's not how
to
mending
be
works.
in that form.
You are not an orc from
If we hold
Warhammer.
up a
It's some
mirror, can we
Bullshit
unmend?
method of mending. I'd
It's
like
not
to mend
broken.
a perfect
So-
fracture into this
So hang
chain.
on. Basically, the mending spell is just fix it, Felix. Just like
Yes.
whatever I
Yes.
It's
hit,
literally what it's called. It's called break it. It's called mending.
Right. I
So-
have plenty of break it spells. Okay. I just
So
wanted to
anyway,
be
I'm
creative.
gonna smash the chain with a
Could you
war pick.
mend the metal back into its original form?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
a good
roll-
point.
Not roll to hit, just do damage.
Okay.
No, but stick to what you're good at. Moonbeam the chain.
It reverts to a snake.
How does
That was
how does
bad.
Freya react to all of this? By the
8
way,
damage.
She looks pissed. Oh, you've just broken the chain. You just the thing just looks at you. It's like, hey, what are you doing? That's my pet.
Welcome to the weakest link.
Well, there's kind of a thing that I've got where, like, intelligent animals shouldn't be enslaved, so, like, fuck you. And a vicious mockery him.
He's just like, thanks, I'm a serial killer, and runs off.
Yay!
So that's a vicious mockery for him.
Oh,
That's
okay.
2 damage.
Hold on, I haven't rolled his save yet.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
watch him succeed, and it will be 1.
25.
Nah, that do succeed. That do
Wow.
succeed. Well, he's got a hard skin because my terrible insult did not work. Pastel's not good at insulting.
Now
people.
running at you.
All right,
He's had enough.
let's go.
Summon the sword.
Freya's gonna charge him as well, and
Excellent.
I'm also running at him.
We're going to Avengers this.
Listen,
Any more
guys.
pairs on the tree?
I
Is
know
there any more
this
pairs,
was
did you say?
a completely avoidable combat, but that penguin needed help. Damn it.
I will stand back so that I can help from behind as everyone else charges this
yeah.
poor creature.
how,
I'm
how
gonna sit
far
back in my crab and just kind of get out the bow.
Is your
how
crab
far
still
away is the
functional?
creature, by the way?
Yeah, it's got over 100 HP left.
Damn.
I'm gonna come and
Down.
unmend the crabs.
I
Just
can't
mend the
leave my
crab.
crab alone.
Just mend the crab.
Alright. Shush, 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 shush. What are you saying, Jacob?
How far away is the big green meanie?
I'll tell you on your turn.
Okay.
What's his initiative? He might not get a turn.
Well,
Alright.
Cool.
Who's got above 20?
Oh, I didn't roll yet.
1
hold on.
second.
Oh, we were rolling?
Yeah.
Didn't roll very
Yeah.
good.
That's,
Despite me
that's
initiating
right.
the combat, I didn't roll
Oh,
very
I
good.
forgot to roll the
Oh.
penguin.
Nat
Where's the
20.
penguin stats? There he is. Hell yeah, penguin.
Yeah,
does it
penguin.
have eyes underneath the red?
You say, yeah,
Eyes underneath
penguin
the red.
now.
Yeah, it's
the penguin
it's
underneath
Crick's
that.
cousin.
There's no eyes underneath it.
It's blind.
It is
Um,
blind.
Oh my
How
god, it's
did
a
it
mole
know how
penguin.
to
We're in
right
Avatar The Last
me?
Airbender.
It looks cute
has-
and terrifying
has
at
blind
the same
sense.
time.
Wait, is it actually a mole penguin? It looks kind of
broken rail.
moley.
Yeah, it does have dots all over it.
20
It is
and
a mole
above.
penguin.
20 above.
22.
Oh, damn it.
I don't know
You're
about you.
faster than the penguin.
22.
Okay, that was who else? Anyone else? 15 to 20.
17.
18.
17. I've got an 18.
What's your dex?
I got a 16.
Freya's got a +2 to Dex.
Oh, right. So Lyle would be going first then, because he's got +3.
So this is Freya with 17.
Yes.
Yeah, Lyle was 7.
10 to 15.
Oh, sorry. I got
14.
a 16.
Yeah, I got Lumbar down, I got Lyle, I got Freya down, I got Narf down.
Despite initiating the combat, it seems that I'm going last with a 14.
No,
Oh, okay.
I've got 4.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a natural 1.
Oof.
Okay, have I missed anyone? Alright, well, as it looks like Nova has home advantage. You're first.
What do you
I mean,
mean? I've never
technically
been
3 of you
here?
have home advantage.
Yeah, this is his first time being in the City of the Moon.
Home
Like,
advantage
It's technically, it's also the two people who said we technically are from here. It's first time.
Home advantage is bullshit. Like, I haven't rolled an actual 1 of them. I don't
Okay.
want home
Alright,
advantage.
Alright, Nova.
Alright,
Okay.
so big green mean is looking angry.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I will.
Also, good to know that
cast-
you know what the stats are.
I mean, I don't because I didn't actually look them up. I know what the
Oh,
challenge.
okay, I'll
rating
remove
is.
the 0 at the end of the HP then.
Yeah, no, I don't look at them until I actually throw the things against you. Don't worry. I
Bad way
will
to do it.
cast Sacred Flame on it, please.
Oh,
Which is a dex save.
you sure you don't want to use that 5th level spell?
I don't have it. I used it.
Oh, I
That
thought
was-
you said you have one left.
No,
13.
no, that was my moonbeam. 13 is a failure.
What?
You said 13, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And
Yeah,
that
not
is
13.
3d8 because I have Blessed Strikes. That is 17 damage.
Mm.
And then I'm going to also cast Spiritual Weapon right next to his head. And it's going to look like a big moon. So he's going to get hit in the head by the moon. And that is
Where's the super hyper?
that's a 17 to hit.
Hey, that's his AC.
Nice.
Remember
That's only
that,
second
everyone.
level.
He didn't seem
And
rude,
that
but he did
is
have, you know, yeah.
that's another 9 damage. That's 9 force damage and 17 radiant damage altogether.
Lovely, lovely. Lovely jubbly.
Yeah. And I'll
Lovely
say where I
bubbly.
am.
Penguin's turn. Not from Madagascar.
Mm-hmm.
Haha. The penguin is going to run behind the tree
It's valid.
and take the dodge action.
Valid.
Get out of here, penguin.
Nerf.
Get back here, you coward.
Nerf.
Okay, North is going to. How close was it?
30 foot. He's not got longer than a 30-foot chain, so it has to be at least 30.
Okie dokie. North is going to cast Toll of the Dead. Or Toll the Dead.
Oh, the cantrip, right?
Ding
The
dong.
cantrip, indeed, yes. Which
And that
is
is
a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom? Oh, it's only a 10.
That is a foul.
That is with a +7 right there.
That's quite good. I'm happy with it. Okay. And as I'm assuming it's taken damage, it's
It has.
going to take a d12 instead. 2 d12s.
It's only
Bloody
2.
That's it. 21 damage.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Spellcasters are.
Yes.
Nicely done.
So,
Ding dong, the bell is rung. Not from the
ding
Charlatan
dong,
Tower, but...
slavery's done.
Well, that is what you're dealing with right now. I mean, what? Is that your turn, Narf?
Yes, Narf will take about 10 feet, 15 feet back, just to get a bit of distance in case it comes running.
Okay. Lyle,
How far away is it from Lyle?
30 foot.
God damn it! I cannot get into melee. And in that
It's now
case, then,
25. I feel bad.
As Narf runs past you, he sort of nudges you forward before you start moving.
It's like scoots you along with his foot.
Alright, Lyle will then move into melee. When Nova just hit, his AC was what, 17 or something? I can't
That's
remember.
correct. It is AC 17.
Okay, I'm just gonna do 2 normal strikes then. I think not going to do great weapon
I did say
master for that.
that if that was what he was about to say, Lewis.
No, I can't actually remember what I was going to say.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay.
Who's the one who said earlier to me?
21.
Losing your memory now of the age.
Mate.
21, natural 1, but halfling luck. 16. The second one misses.
Oh,
2, 6 plus 5. It's only 8 points of damage. Wow, I'm rolling really badly.
Really?
That's 8. Yeah, 8 points of damage.
I was bracing myself for like a bomb.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Not doing the full thing. I rolled a 1 and a 2 for damage roll. So I didn't do great weapon master. So yeah, 8 points of damage.
Freya?
And Lyle will step.
Freya,
And you're gonna Sorry, I didn't realise you weren't done.
No, that's it. Sorry.
Freya, go.
so how far away is this creature?
30 foot.
Okay, so Freya's going to charge and then headbutt the creature in the stomach as she uses her charge ability. And I need the creature to make a strength save.
Oh, yeah. Come on, +9. 10.
It fails, and then it's now prone.
No, sorry, that was 11, but that's still a fail.
Yeah, you had to beat a 17.
Oh, still have a good chance.
And
Prone, okay, I'll put a little P next to him.
she uses her maul roll. Do I have to? Does it automatically hit when a target takes 1d6 slashing damage?
For you to do the saving throw, it has to be an attack roll that hit.
Oh, okay, I'll roll then.
Basically, the charge ain't just a free thing; it's like a hit.
1d20 plus 9 plus 9.
This is big.
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
That's more like it.
Like I said, this guy might not get a turn.
I mean, are we trying to kill this guy? Like, what's going on? Like,
1d6.
we didn't really discuss it. That's my bad.
Plus.
I thought we was going to sort of question him first.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It only does like 6 damage.
Right.
That's 8 damage.
It only does like 6 damage. That's 8 damage.
Yeah, because it was a crit, so it's it was a crit, so plus 6.
Yeah.
Wait, what dice is it? What is this? What did you roll?
Basically, I charged that it needs to make a strength saving throw, and because it hit, because I got a natural 20.
It's meant to be the other way around, but we'll ignore that.
Yeah, so it's a d6 plus 6.
Oh, is that it? I thought your bite was stronger than that.
No, I thought it was the maul attack after, but it's not. It's a d6.
Oh, okay, sure. It sounds off, but we'll go with it.
Basically, at the end of my turn, Fred charged into it. It hit. It got a natural 20. It's prone, and it took 8 damage. The end.
Okay, that sounded aggressive.
Calm down.
Next up.
Aggressive.
Thumbar, show us the cooler ways. Be like Shaggy.
It's prone, which causes me issues.
Yes.
Again, are we trying to kill
Because
this man?
that means I have disadvantage on my attack rolls. I mean, I really don't have a horse in this race. I don't care one way or another.
Okay.
So I guess I'll just pop myself out leisurely out of the top of the tank.
Why you'd stop now? You murdered the Balguras.
Yeah, but they were
right.
evil.
We're doing pretty well.
So is this.
This thing's very clearly a demon.
Like Fred doesn't like this creature, which means it doesn't want to. Which it's an ally of Shira.
Judge based on appearances, otherwise half of us would be dead.
I guess I'm just gonna wait till it stands up. I'm gonna hold my action till it stands up, and then I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay. Pastel.
I'm gonna run over and I'm gonna grapple it.
So contested strips.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rage, so it's straight roll.
I got 16.
Okay. 10. That's okay. That's only one of my
You do not
tries, though.
grapple.
I'm gonna do it again. There is another.
All right. The front face locked it and work. We're going for the full Nelson.
Yeah.
Full Nelson. There's too many arms.
That
Which
time's
one's
only
do I
a
do?
10.
I'm gonna sweep the leg and get a 24.
Oh, nice,
second,
nice.
Second time lucky.
Nice takedown, Kurt Angle style.
And I'll just sit on him.
Okay. I mean, actually, no. I think he was prone anyway, so
Hmm.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So he's
well
he's
then I
not-
pin him.
He's now grappled and prone.
he's now in the walls of Jericho.
One,
And
two.
I say,
He's tapping out.
right, what's the story then? Eh?
You're taking my pet.
Right, but the pet can talk, so clearly it doesn't want to be petted. Petted.
I beat it enough to make it want to be it.
Okay. Right, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And I'm gonna use my bonus action to activate the bear pelt and just throttle him completely.
Fair enough.
Yep, I'm gonna roll. That's a bad roll, but it's got advantage because he's on the floor, right?
Yes.
Yep,
Crit then.
because you're within 5 feet of him.
Uh-huh.
Okay, first one's a crit.
Hey.
Minimum damage. Brilliant. So that's 6 plus another 6 is 12. 13 plus strength is 16. Bludgeoning damage.
16.
Or slicing damage. I don't know what the bear claws do.
It'll be slashing.
And then
Unless you wanted it to be bludgeoning.
I don't care. Let's say bludgeoning. Again, I'm
Okay.
not trying to kill him. Every attack that Pastel makes will be non-lethal unless I state otherwise. And then the second one is it's a 9 plus 8, 17.
Alrighty.
Does a 17 hit?
So 17 more damage. Yeah, it does. That's the key number.
Yeah.
That's the number of the day, kids.
It's not 17 more damage. Again, minimum damage. That's fine. That's
Bloody hell.
I know. The D6 does not like me today. I might change it. That's the third time this game. And that's another 4. Bludgeoning damage. As I just punch him in the face a couple times with these bare hands. See.
Ah,
Right, now you've been beat, you're my pet now, right? That's how it works.
You still got the chain,
Yeah.
ain't you? Just wrap it
it's
around.
now his turn. It's like, I'm gonna rip your eyes out like I did his. As he tried to claws at you.
Good luck, many have
Ooh.
tried.
Alright, so it's gonna go. Does grapple doesn't mean disadvantage, does it, on the attacks?
But I don't think so.
No. Alright, so we'll just go for the
I
4.
think being prone does though.
Oh, prone
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
does, you're right. Alright, so I've got to roll 8 dice. God damn it. I'll get a second d20.
Sorry, how many did
First
this
attack.
motherfucker got?
Oh yeah. You're lucky with disadvantage because that would have been that 20.
Ooh.
So that is a 16 to hit.
Okay, so it does hit, but I'm gonna use my reaction.
Okay.
So as this, I want to flavor this. 'cause
It's going to be
the
his
first time I'm
pincer
using it.
first.
So this pincer comes towards Pastel, and reactively she like staggers back, and this giant one stained glass wing just blocks it in front of her, and then disappears. That adds +4 to my AC for the turn.
Nice.
Oh,
Alright,
against that
let's see if
attack
any of the
roll,
others
sorry.
hit then.
That one attack roll.
Got that's a 21 to hit.
That one's gonna hit. Let's say it shatters the wing. That'll be fun.
Okay. Let's do the damage for that one. That's 20 damage with that attack.
Okay. Sure.
Now his fists.
Calm down.
That is a 12 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
So I think that one misses.
Yeah.
And a nice
this
one,
creature.
24 to hit.
That one hits as well, yeah.
And yes, I am rolling disadvantage.
I know.
Bloody hell.
I trust you.
And that is another 16 points of damage.
Okay. Still good,
And
mostly.
that's his turn.
Alright, yep, you can kill him now, guys! I'm kind of
Does he stand up, or is he still just
He's prone and grappled
You
by
fucker.
Pastel. He's not getting up.
Okay.
Lambert, don't you have height advantage or something from that bloody tank?
Larkin, your turn.
I've
You've got
got
an
it.
I don't
order.
want to hit you.
I've got it, don't worry, as Larkin like pulls out his short sword, shifts, and you watch as he like rushes forward, and he's gonna jam the swords into the creature as he casts Zephyr Strike. So
Alright.
roll first attack.
You got advantage with this, remember?
Yep.
He is prone.
That's a 24. And then let me roll my other attack to make sure.
The magic number 17.
The other attack hits. So that's 9 damage plus 15. Then it's 1 second. Zephyr Strike plus a D8.
1.
That's 16. 16 damage.
16 points of
overall.
damage.
Yes.
Nice. Oops, did the maths wrong there. There we go. Lovely, lovely. You hit him, you stabbed him.
Mm-hmm.
Felt good. Felt great.
That's the end of my turn.
Nova.
I'm starting to think we can't beat Shira if we can't even beat Lobster Man.
Come on, Nova.
Okay,
Turn super.
I can't. All my high level spell slots and channel divinity are gone.
I warned
He
you.
just starts glowing.
No, that's fine. I'll just do the same again. I'm just going to Sacred Flame, but it comes down in kind of like a bluey, glowy moonlight. That's
Everyone.
another deck save.
Just- Deck save. Wait, do you automatically fail if you're prone?
I think
Or is
Um,
disadvantage?
I think it's
I think
a
disadvantage.
creature,
I don't think it's either.
a prone creature's only movement option is stands up, thereby ending
this
its
is not relevant.
condition. The creature rolls disadvantage on attack rolls.
again not
Any
relevant.
attack rolls against the creature, yes or no.
All right, cool.
I heard.
So it gets deck save.
Okay.
It's not relevant to the dex roll.
5.
5.
It's not proficient in
Cool.
deck saving throws, apparently.
That is another 11 damages.
Ow.
And then I'm going to twat it with the moon again.
With advantage.
With advantage. Yeah.
You can tell we're low on spell slots. We're not doing anything fancy.
I knew I should have went with
Cantrips.
a gore
Full
stroke.
power.
I'm sorry, I just
that
protected
is
myself
a
with a giant butterfly
27
wing.
to hit. Sorry, that was a 27 to hit.
That hits.
Okay,
17's
just
the
checking.
magic number.
I know.
He's
I just
doing it
wanted to
again.
state
He's
it,
doing it what
for
he
the
does
record.
when he's DMing, where he's like, does a 27 hit your AC? Fuck you, Lewis.
What did I get up to the other day? Was it like 30 something?
Come on,
36.
Nels, do the damage.
I was so proud of that moment. That is only another 7 damage, so that's 18 altogether.
Aw. That makes
Let
it a
me
nice
guess, I
number
have-
for me, though.
Okay, cool. All right, with that, I'm going to be right back. That's my turn.
Alright, Nova's going for a leak. Next is the penguin.
He's going to eat some bread.
The penguin sees an opportunity to attack this guy.
Go penguin!
So he goes
Yeah.
away from hiding behind his tree, waddles
Sorry,
over, and is going to try and
kill.
peck him in the eye.
Yeah!
Let's go, penguin!
Yes. Must be good with animal creatures. That's a nat 20.
Let's
Hey,
go,
cookie
penguin!
crits. Cookie Crits!
We finally
Spirit
got
of
this.
Cookie Crits lives!
This game's cookie.
I should just. Is there a race that's just an animal? I want to play that. All right. So overall, that is 7 points of damage.
And then it casts Fawn Whip.
He's now. You cast Form Whip.
Yeah.
Oh.
Does it scream shillelagh as it pecks it?
What would this penguin say?
True strike.
Yeah, it just shouts a true strike.
We've made a bootleg of our own
It is
character.
truly strucken. Narf, respecting the cantrip that's nearly never chosen. It's your turn.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm assuming Pastel is on top of the green thing.
Yes. Pastel's a
Grapple.
top.
Cool. So,
You heard
because
it
I haven't
first.
used this cantrip. Narf is going to create a bonfire underneath the green thing with cantrip create bonfire.
Anyone got some butter?
Bloody hell.
Okay.
So
He's top.
if he could make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
The head looks a bit like Shenron.
Fuck's sake. Okay. 3.
Yeah, that fails. And it takes 9 points of damage. Not the biggest, but
It's
That's
alright.
good.
It's almost there.
and for the next minute, that bonfire is going to remain there, and he'll have to keep doing a save whilst I attack it with other things.
Alright.
Yes.
It's just
Freya.
that
No. Lyle.
Attacking again with sword, because it's prone. I will try Great Weapon Master and see what happens. At least for the first hit. No, I am not doing Great Weapon Master for the second hit because that did not hit.
With advantage.
Oh yeah, with advantage. Shit, forgot about that. Still doesn't hit.
Nope.
Fuck it, I'll try it again.
YOLO.
Yay.
17. So yeah, hits.
You got it.
So that is 2d6 plus 15.
6 plus 15.
That's 25 points of damage.
It had
Bloody
12
hell.
health, so that plus 15 is all I had to hit.
Okay.
How are you killing this, Lyle?
As the bonfire is sizzling underneath, I'm going to flavor it as if the moonlight sword, as Lyle comes through, catches a little bit of the fire with it and just strikes through with a mixture of flame and moonlight, basically carving through this guy through the torso.
Barbecue! Let's go!
I'm loving these team up attacks.
As the creature disappears back to the abyssal plane, he goes, "I'll be back Wednesday." As he disappears,
There you go,
and the
Lewis.
penguin cheers.
You've got an excuse now to use that in
Lewis
your
might
game.
still be gone. Oh, is he back?
He's eating bread.
As he says this,
Mhm.
Lyle looks quizzically and he's like, "I don't even know what day it is at the moment."
Yeah, anyone got a watch?
To be honest,
True, actually.
when
Wednesday.
you're out here in the wild, you kind of lose track.
Yeah. What do you mean by Wednesday anyway?
It's
Anyway, there goes our first lead, but he kind of deserved it.
What do you mean we've got a lead here? As I point to the penguin.
Oh yeah, true.
And also, I
Thank you
think
so much.
if Shira's gonna be anywhere in this city, it's probably gonna be like in the big evil tower.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, she's in the tower.
Figures.
Told
Can
you.
I try and
Well, at least I think she is. I've never met her.
So-
slip the collar off from around the penguin's neck?
Oh, Thank you. Now the fur can grow properly.
Yeah, I hate things like that too.
Why did that creature want you under servitude?
I don't know. He just saw me walking through my daily business
I mean,
once.
he's a very, very lovely looking little penguin, so I'd do the same.
It's what happened. I had a really bad day. Like, I
You
first
would-
ran into this elf lady that made me start talking. Then I thought, I got to go back to my mates and tell them what happened. And then when I got there, I was attacked by that thing. And he was like, oh, you're coming with me. I was like, I don't want to come with you. He poked my eyes out. I was like, you bitch. But,
Sorry
We
about
might,
your
we
eyes.
might,
It's a very aggressive penguin.
we might know that elf lady who made you talk.
God, this
oh,
would have made Happy Feet a completely different film.
don't even get me started on him. I don't care for my cousin.
I'm gonna walk back over to the tree and eat
Just
another
because
fruit.
he knows I was better on Dancing with Ice. Dancing on Ice.
Sir, do you have a name?
Ah, my name is Kingsport.
Pardon?
Kingsport.
King
King
Cute
Sport.
name! I like that.
King Sport.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm Narf.
Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet you all. So, what brings you to this covered in ice city?
We're here to kill a god.
Oh, neat.
That is an
It's
If
like-
you
amazing.
want to tag along.
That's the most D&D thing I've ever heard.
I
You
mean,
don't say.
I could walk along for a bit.
Feel free to.
Guys, do you think it's a good idea having him in harm's way?
I mean, he's
I'm
yeah.
going to disappear as soon as danger
Is
clears.
Oh,
there
okay,
lots of
fair enough.
danger in this city?
Another danger.
Because I mean, I can't see a whole lot's going on.
Well, there's the electric lightning bolts from the stadium. There's some
What?
hags.
Oh, right, okay.
You know where we
That
can
doesn't
get some
sound good.
healing?
Healing.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Just looks at Nova.
our cleric's all out of juice.
There's not really much healing around. Look, does it look like as he kind of flaps his wing near his face that
Have you
I've got
tried-
good healing?
Have you tried eating the fruit? And I pass him a
Um,
I
pear.
even tried to go to Specsavers.
do you need any healing?
I pass him a fruit.
Oh, okay. Rah, 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 rah.
Hmm.
Little sound effect.
Come on, get the greater restoration. Get your eyes back. Get your eyes back. Get your eyes back.
I don't know why, but I feel like I can turn invisible.
Oh, wow.
There you go. Now we can get out of combat.
Which is actually really scary for me because I can't see.
Doesn't even know.
I mean, if you can't see, how do you know you're not invisible already?
You see me?
Yeah.
Touche.
That's how I know.
Oh.
I can also see invisibility though.
You're not the one who responded.
Penguin's outsmarting us.
But I can also give them my levels of vision.
Fair enough. You beat me there.
Could you help us get to that tower without running into any of the lightning or the hags or anything else you talked about?
I mean, yeah, it should be pretty simple. There's only like
Starts
skeletons and stuff down this way.
starts walking the other way.
Yeah, you start sleeping.
Hmm.
No, you don't have to
I
sleep.
have a question, more
Yes.
so to the group. How exactly are we going to not draw attention to as he like gestures down to the big fuck off crab that he's riding?
Well, you could either. Like, I don't know. I'm all out of suggestions there, bud.
Why?
You could leave it
Why
there.
don't
Can he
you
stop
just
his
leave it with
sentence?
the nice
Is he
penguin?
gesturing to something? That's
Yeah.
rude because I'm blind.
He's just
Oh,
giant crab. He's
I'm riding a big crab.
Wait, you're not just made of 6 legs?
No,
Oh.
No.
Sorry,
Um,
sight thing.
I have a feeling that, considering how big it is, if Shira's on the lookout for us, she's probably seen us already with that big fuck off crab.
She probably knows we're here.
Mm. I mean, she sent you a message earlier, so I'd be surprised if she didn't know.
Why don't
were
we
here.
send her a
I mean,
message
it could be-
ourselves?
We
I
could
mean-
paint it green and pretend it's that big clawed thing that we just fought.
I mean, you could use the crab to mark your territory.
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh, I know that won't work. Does
Raises
the
his wing.
penguin doesn't have the collar on anymore?
Yes,
does
penguin.
No,
No,
it's
he
not.
took the collar off.
Hmm.
So I don't know about all the other creatures, but the one I was with doesn't exactly listen to Shira. She's just a thing here.
Right, okay.
Not much longer.
So what you're
But-
saying is we could maybe like get all the creatures to rally against her.
If you
Viva
can
la
convince them,
revolution!
most of them would prefer to fuck you over.
I don't really like the idea of having hags on our side, to be fair.
Why
Yeah.
don't we just go straight to the tower? I don't think we need to bother with anything else in the city, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Do we feel ready?
We're on a time limit. Like, I would usually love to be a tourist and check out all the nooks and crannies of the city, but we are kind of on a deadline.
Yeah, we can do it after the world's saved. Come on, let's go.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna be
it'll
honest.
still be here, right?
I'm not doing great.
Oh, sure. And I'll cast
Wait.
a.
Wait. No, actually, I should probably use that in case someone's down. Never mind. Sorry.
Cool. I'll cast a second level Cure Wounds.
Thank
And
you.
I'll do the same.
Larkin, roll me a d3
I
up.
will tap you on the head.
Wasn't too
Ow.
bad. 17.
Cool.
17 healing
Thank you.
damage.
8 plus 5.
You know, I can hold my
third-
breath for 20 minutes.
13.
Thank you.
Inside my crab.
What,
That's
do I need
really
to-
impressive.
what do I need to
9
roll,
hours.
sorry?
On the shoulder.
A d3.
Can I try and use the claws of the crab to reach down and shake the little penguin's
3.
hand?
You get that level of spell slot back, or whatever one below you wish.
I'm gonna get through level 1 spells.
That's not how it works. You can get
Okay.
one. You
Would
get
it not
one
be better
spell
for
slot.
Nova to have that?
We've
Okay.
already used it on Nova once today. Doesn't work that way.
Oh.
I'm gonna get.
Yeah,
Or is it only once per person?
once per person per day. Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
And yes, you can try and shake hands with it. It's a little awkward at first because it's not used to this kind of body. But
Well, I mean, its master had massive claws, so I don't think this is too different.
you think it like shaking that guy's claws?
No, but it taught him a
Probably
trick.
not,
You're very cold.
no. Metal.
You made of
Yeah.
metal.
These are my
Wow.
crab hands.
Yeah, he's a warforged.
Are you like forged for war or something?
Mm.
Oh god.
I mean, this maybe it was a family heirloom.
Oh.
Mm. My
Oh, I
family
think
has always
I've-
had crab.
No. No, I haven't seen that.
Wait.
That's a dangerous thing to
Wait.
say.
Hang on. Give me a second. Okay, so let me read the wording of this out.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Eyes of Night. I
Uh-oh.
have dark vision out to a range of 300 feet. As an action, I can share this dark vision with up to 4 willing creatures that I can see.
Oh no.
Yes.
Doesn't say that they have to see to
Yes.
begin with.
So what you're saying is you're going to be really cruel to this guy.
How?
I give him.
What do you mean,
I give him
how? If you give
300%
someone
dark
vision
vision.
for a limited time and then it disappears, that is a dick
Oh,
move.
yeah.
We can take him. We can take him back to Ravison, and Ravison can break restoration and bring his.
I mean, I can great restoration him after a long rest.
No, you can't.
What do you mean? No, I can't.
I think he'd be dead for some reason. Anyway,
Right, you're not getting dog vision. Fuck you.
that wasn't me. That was the voice in your head.
Oh, yeah,
can I ping up
I
a-
might have passed on by that point.
Can I ping a magic awareness off while we're talking?
Of course you can.
Yeah, so 60 feet. Magic.
Uh,
Search for.
there's a bit of magic coming off that pear tree.
Control F. Magic.
Hmm.
Can I eat another
There's a bit of
pear?
magic coming off that pear tree. If you want,
I'm curious.
you've eaten another pear.
Tasty.
It is
Right,
tasty.
now that we're all hanging around, I'm gonna Lars wants to do something. So he's gonna sit down by the pear tree, lean up against the pear tree,
All over
and
a partridge.
he's gonna. Yep. He's going to think of his dad. He's gonna cast sending. I'm not sure if you can hear me. I'm not even sure if you'll respond or if you're alive, but we're about to head in and deal with Shira. After this, I'm gonna come look for you, and then I'll send the message.
You get no response.
Okay, Larkin's eyes get watery as he kind of like wipes his face with his sleeve, and then alright, like he's struggling not to show anything, but
Did we hear the message?
let's move on.
Okay. Did we not hear the message?
How
Did we
far
hear the
away did you
message?
go? How far away are you from the tree? Was you being quiet when you was doing it, Larkin?
No, he just leaned against the train and said it.
Okay, then probably.
Well, since I was near the tree. I'm sorry, Larkin. I don't know what to say. He was a
Wait, was that using sending?
good man.
Hmm. Okay, it just means I've got to add another thing to kill to my list after we finish with Jira.
Hmm. Well,
Can I ask a question to the DM?
That's me.
This is a part of the sending spell, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Where do if someone was to die, where do they go?
Their soul goes to like a waiting list, and then they get chosen to a plane.
Okay. Because I was going to say, sending goes across all the planes.
There's also a % chance of failing.
it's
But
just like Larkin, I'm dead.
You still want
Piss off! I can see the light.
we'll say why he's waiting in the line.
And the
It
tension
wouldn't
of
go
the
for
scene
any.
is cut in half.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sometimes you don't need to kill everything that makes you angry. Sometimes you can make peace fit in other ways.
I was
Honestly,
pretty happy with killing that thing.
Yeah, same here.
No, honestly, he was a dick. He deserved it. But, well, example.
Honestly,
He was. He almost lost me in a poker game.
if I can help it, I'm not going around. I've learned my lesson, but I'm dealing with the Frost Maiden, and I'm dealing with whatever attacked my dad. That's like no negotiations on that.
And I'm dealing with Shira to prove all those that think I'm a monster wrong. Rather than killing them all. And Pastel kind of looks over at Narth and nods at him.
North nods back.
Penguin nods at neither of you two.
Whilst this is going on, Lyle's going to remain quiet, but in his head, he's just going to say a little prayer to Saloon, thanking her for the pairs that we'd consumed and the extra buffs that we got, and sort of just takes a deep breath and
You saying grace after you've eaten?
Hmm.
Sorry.
yeah, well, we kind of got interrupted.
Say a little prayer to
True,
Saloon.
true.
Well, I'm ready when you guys are.
Yep, let's go.
I'll lead the way
As
as he
ready as we'll ever be.
starts going the wrong direction.
You said that way.
How tall's the penguin?
Let's see. Oh, the penguin's actually quite tall. He's taller than Lyle.
3 foot tall?
He's
That doesn't
he's
necessarily
actually
mean
four
tall.
foot five.
Lyle's still the shortest member of the party.
Okay, I just
I mean,
reached...
Lau,
Go
Lau just doesn't, at this point, he's just used to it. Sorry, continue.
I just reach over to the penguin and I pivot him round by, like, moving his head.
Yeah. And now he's walking the right direction. And you do notice the way the city is structured, it is like long lines towards the centre of just street.
Oh,
Then
like
there's a certain
Lumio's.
houses, there's certain Lumio City. Yeah, like Lumio City. And then each street is connected by buildings that have a certain full version of the moon. You know.
Like a phase.
Stage.
It's not a
Mhm.
phase, Mom.
That's the word.
Anyway, you walk up to the tower, I presume.
Mm-hmm.
Along the way, every now and then you see some some skeletons across the floor. Some are just like not completely decayed because they're rather frozen over. You can actually see some of the old-looking tiger and elk people. Yeah, the shifters do look slightly different now. They looked a lot more animalistic
Are
when
they
were
alive or are they
back in
dead?
the day. There's no way they're alive.
Hmm.
I was gonna say,
They're just
yeah.
very well preserved. They're a paleontologist dream.
Well, I think we know where that thing got all the bones from.
Yep, Booyag love this city.
we should take Danica here, like when everything's over.
That would be nice.
Not exactly the best holiday location I could think of.
Well, not in this state, but
It would be nice to clean up and have a look around.
I'm
After
really offended with what you're saying here.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get your eyesight fixed. Promise. I'm adding it to my list as Larkin
What?
pulls up
You
like
can-
a little pizza.
You can just do that.
Yeah, we've got like we know the person who made you talk. So she might be able to fix your sight.
Oh, thank you. That's great news. This is a good day. You see, as he stops in front of the tower. We're here.
Hmm.
It looks like they've changed something on it, but I can't read it.
Can I read it?
You can all read it.
this,
There seems to be in front of you in this tower. There seems to be 5 holes, and above it, they says to enter this tower, 5 must sacrifice themselves, and this is in common.
sacrifice themselves.
Oh,
I wonder
hell no.
what that means.
I'm gonna use a spell slot, and I'm gonna use speak with animals. Freya, was this here before? Do you understand anything about this?
No, this tower wasn't here before. This used to be where Saloon's home is, and you kind of like you see she looks around where the tower is, and you do see like some broken building pieces,
Hmm.
almost like the tower came up for it.
Okay. This came.
Also,
Mm.
I don't understand why it's in common.
I think I do.
It's probably oh, I can't understand what Freya's saying. Sorry.
Larkin would have repeated it.
I think this is some sort of message to us.
Possibly by timber. That damn cat.
Can Larkin inspect the mechanism and stuff like that? See if we stuck our hands in it, if it would do any damage or do anything.
You're not sure about damage, but looking inside, it looks like there's something you can grip your hand onto, and it looks like it can tilt.
Will my heirloom crab claw fit in there?
No.
Oh.
How big are the holes as such?
They would literally just fit a normal person's arm.
Can I go grab one of the skeleton arms and just stick it in to see what happens?
You can if you like. You kind of just shove a skeleton arm in. Nothing really seems to happen. You just hear the clanging sound of the bone knocking against some of the metal.
Alright, if I put my hand in
Hmm.
here, you guys better get her.
No, I'll do it. I'm faster, so if anything happens, I might be able to pull my hand out. And I'm going to stick my hand in, grab the thing, and I'm going to turn.
You stick your hand in one of the 5.
Yep,
You grab the thing. Do you turn it?
yep.
You turn it, and you hear like a little like a little connecting levers and whatnot.
Can I feel anything? Does anything like change or close in around my arm?
Nope.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and let go. Not pull my hand up, but see if I can let go of like the thing.
You let go, and you hear the sounds again. You actually feel the lever like turning back to position.
Okay, so it's not got a hold of my arm. I take it out, but if we let go, the lock resets. So I grab it again and I turn.
Well,
Hear the sound again.
if anybody's going to sacrifice something, if this is what it truly means, considering I was aligned with this thing at one point and considering my sins, I think it's fair to say that I should be one of the people, as Lar will do the same as Lar reaches hand in the lever.
Freya
It's a bit of a reach for you, but you can
Freya
reach it.
kind of sticks her head underneath Lyle and kind of lifts him up so he's in line with the hole.
Thanks, Freya.
Well, I'm happy to sacrifice myself if it means people having a happier life. I have such a short lifespan compared to everyone else anyways. And Pastel puts her hand in and turns the key.
It doesn't make it any
Um,
less valuable.
Nova's just going to be like, well, I've already died once.
Are we all
And stick his
really
hand in.
just dying and
If only we had like a scroll, that scroll that Nomad had right now, we could just nuke the whole thing.
Yeah, but we're in the whole thing.
Lark hears this. He remembers it won't work because the ice
Underground.
glacier above it is too big.
Uh-huh.
So says nothing.
Hmm.
This just feels. I just want to try and inspect this writing because something about this feels very fishy, and this
Penguin.
very much. And I'm trying to go off sort of like Lumbar's trapper nature, in the fact that this very much feels like a set up trap. And it's very clear what the sort of like end goal is, but something about it seems very off. So I'd like to just kind of investigate the writing, and just it being in common really doesn't make any sense. And these holes, I want to have a little look around. I'm not sure what sort of
investigation.
Okay. Oh,
Right,
that's
we've
a
got 4
3.
currently. 3. This is you got no clue with this.
This is magic. This.
Oh yeah.
So we currently got 4 with their hands in tilted. There's 1 left.
Narf will stick his hand in then.
Okay. And do you turn?
And we all lose our arms.
Eh,
Yeah.
we can
No,
still
Yeah,
okay.
you turn.
I'll beat it to death with my own arm.
As you turn it, you start hearing the and you kind of see the there's like a mechanism that pushes your arm out,
Mhm.
and the door kind of goes up, and it's now open.
Are our hands okay? Does it look?
That was
Has
painless.
anything changed about them?
Your arms are fine. Nothing seems to have
Dick
happened to you.
move.
The old I'm gonna scare you all trick.
All you see in this tower inside seems to be a spiral staircase,
Hmm.
and a few what looks to be broken pieces of a room. You see like bits of a broken bed that, if this was Saloon's house originally beforehand, that's probably her bed. There's like a cracked picture of like a family. You actually see Saloon, Shah, Shearer, and there's the 4 tokens all doing a picture together.
Hmm.
Well, it's a drawing.
It's a selfie.
Yeah, it's a selfie. Saloon selfie.
Is the inside of the room the same material as the outside?
Yes. However, interestingly, the metal hasn't affected any of you.
Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would have done when you put your hands in.
Well, I see. Oh, yeah, good point. I was going to assume you have shoes on. Definitely, I wouldn't. Think.
Right. We all ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right here.
I'm gonna take a step up.
Yep.
Okay.
Nova is going to be cautiously munching bread at the back.
Lyle will be right behind Pestel.
Nervously
Is this when
munching
you're
bread.
going, Lewis? Or
Yeah.
oh, you are
Because
going.
I've got to go.
Do you think you can wait another 10 minutes?
Sure.
Okay.
Larkin will be in the middle, just so we can perception check both sides in case anything starts approaching.
So you roll those checks. Is anyone not walking upstairs?
No, I'll
Is
go.
there anywhere else to go as such?
No.
The fucking
Then I'm
apparatus
going
of
up the
Qualish
stairs.
trying to get up
Yeah.
a spiral staircase.
Fucking, I'm gonna try and crab man up these stairs.
Right, the first one was a 32.
Jesus. We
Cool.
see. Ooh.
So you sense there's something at the top.
Yeah, she's up there.
Eventually, as you all get up the spiral staircase, doesn't seem to be anything all that interesting on the walls. Eventually, you reach what just seems to be a door. Pretty basic door. Doesn't even have a lock on it, but it does have a handle. Those who've had any influence with Shearer can sense that she is behind it.
Can I
Yeah.
make sure by using my ring of X-ray vision?
Oh yeah, you totally
If
have
you
that.
like.
Just out of pure curiosity, Lyle will hold out the sword, and the moonlight will burst as he's going to use a divine sense. Just out of pure curiosity to see if it really is demonic, if there's something else that can be picked up from this.
You sense
Because
celestial.
he's celestial.
Ooh.
That is very strange.
Orange
But
juice.
you also get little ticks of demonic.
I'm sensing.
With the X-ray
Celestial?
vision, it's very, very difficult to see through.
Sounds like Lyle's
It's-
like
it's
sampling wine.
with lead.
I'm detecting hints of celestial with this Pinot Noir.
Slightly nuttier over.
I can only pick up little hints of demonic. That's really strange.
Alright, let's talk more smashy door.
Larkin's gonna go bang, bang, bang on the door.
Pull my
Honey,
deadly
I'm
trigger.
home! As he slams the door open.
Wow.
It's not locked, it just opens.
Here's Larkin.
Alright, shh, this bit's important. as the door kind of creaks open after you knock it, Larkin. You see a rather small room. Only seems to be 15 foot each way. It looks like it's got like moss growing. There's like a picture of Saloon on the left wall, Shah on the right wall. Saloon looking a little upset, Shah just looking grumpy. And at the end, there seems to be Happy Shearer with her hands, end wall painting, hands in the air, but there's like a crack down the middle. And in the middle of the room, you see what you presume is Shearer, the small child, straggly, oily hair covering up her face in the cradle position, just kind of shaking.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
Can I make a check to see if this is real or if it's an illusion?
I need to do a check. This is real.
This is
Do you
what I was
see her
expecting.
eyes? What little bit you can see from the hair is normally a nice, almost like sparkling light, and then every now and then it turns a little red, and then goes back.
Would you say talk with animals is the language?
Talk of animals, it would be.
Yeah, speak with animals. Well, I'm not really sure what to do here. I'm not really okay for murdering children. What
So
do
you
what do
didn't
you?
say that when you pulled out a Glock on your own fucking brother.
Your brother.
He was a werewolf. I knew he wouldn't die.
This is a
In
god.
the in all the pictures and stuff we've seen of Shira, have we seen anywhere she's depicted as older? Or
No,
have
we
they all
haven't
been
actually.
depicting her as a child?
She's always been a child. You got no clue
Oh.
about God's ages, but
What about
either
when
this one's got
Lyle's
stunted
seen
growth.
her?
Lyle's
Well,
never
not
seen her. Lyle
I've
has
never
never
seen her. It's always been just like a voice, is
just
it?
a voice, a
It's
hand.
always been behind Lyle. Never actually seen her.
Oh well. Nova pulls out his laser rifle.
Okay.
Chick, chick.
Can Lyle put out his hand for a moment?
Mhm.
Tire. I'm not surprised by this. I have quite a few questions. Mainly, why were you doing this? We've seen all the
She doesn't respond.
depictions.
She keeps looking down and just shuddering. Not even doing eye contact.
Something's
This is
wrong
a
with you.
child.
Larkin's gonna go up and try and use his instincts. Can I sense anger, fear, frustration?
Fear.
You do
That's a
sense
scared
fear.
child. That is.
This
that is
isn't
Specifically, lots of fear. She is the being of fear.
No, as in is she scared?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
She's
Throughout this adventure, you've all had conflict about will I kill or will I not? What are we choosing?
Oh no.
Larkin's gonna go up, take off his coat, put it round Shira, and be like, we have two choices. You can come back and you can talk to your sisters and work this out, or something. What happened?
Nothing.
Someone dropped out.
It was Ken, don't worry.
You can come back with us and you can try and resolve this with your sisters, or we have to, or we can work something else out. Just you need to stop what you're doing.
Still unresponsive and just shaking.
Can I go offer her just a radish out of my backpack and just sit down?
You offer a radish. She just stays in the cradle position. She's struggling now to make sure she doesn't have eye contact with anyone.
Child, you seem very alone here. Are you? It's clear you're scared. Are you okay? Why are you so alone here?
Now that you guys are kind of closer, she still doesn't really respond to what you're saying, but you notice she's got these rather welled up eyes where you'd think she's obviously been crying, but she's ran out of tears to cry.
Mm.
This is just sad. This is mean.
Pastel.
We saw we saw the depictions of you being taken to the abyss and having all of those demonic creatures around you. Why did you end up like that? Why was you sent?
I think she's going to talk to us.
You're not going to get any responses, it seems.
Pastel
Can I
looks
cast
on.
mending on her broken heart?
You have to touch it. You have to touch her heart to fix it.
I
Try to fix her eyes.
Well, they.
Nova, could you ask Saloon as to why her sister is here alone?
Sure. Can I cast sending using my charm to Saloon, seeing as it was from a moon fruit?
Sure.
An appropriate
Cool.
stretch.
Hmm.
I'll just be like, "Hey, Saloon, it's me, your boy. We're here. We're here with your sister, the kid one.
Send her a selfie.
Yeah, and then with the rest of the message, I would like to send a selfie.
Nova's doing a
Just
duck
smiling
face.
next to this crying child.
Yep.
Mm.
Please advise.
She texts back, "Why is she crying? This isn't about her."
Saloon, in a rather sad sense, said she's been through a lot in her life. It's why I couldn't go myself. I wouldn't know what to do. I said, I'll leave it to you. What you think is best.
That's
She says to the one who killed a bunch of werewolves.
Mhm.
This is what she said to the whole group.
That's pathetic of a god, and I'm sorry, Nova, as that is your god, but that is
Slowly
shameful.
begins to prepare moonbeam on the
Okay,
apparatus of
stop
Scarlet.
mocking the thing. We need a decision.
A being that
Yeah.
is
Okay, that's enough
powerful.
with this. That's enough mocking Saloon. Let's get a decision.
When
Stop
I'm
mocking.
Larkin's not killing a child. Larkin didn't know she was a child. Larkin thought she grew up.
Is she a
But
child though? Or I mean, how old is she really? Like
As
probably
far-
like hundreds of years,
yeah,
right?
but like it's all relative. So like people who live longer, like Yoda or someone like that, like their childhoods are incredibly long. Like
Pastel
it's all relative to certain beings.
looks on
Larkin's not killing a child.
at the child
But still,
and
can't.
seeing her in a position in which she has been previously and understanding that Saloon wouldn't know what to say to someone who's been through so much, just as Pastel didn't know what to say to Larkin maybe about 10 minutes ago. She's going to sit next to the kid and hand her a fork to eat a radish with.
Look at Shira. This might be a very strange question. Do you have any sort of wounds or anything, or is she just like very sort of downtrodden and like sort of?
You don't see any wounds on her.
Okay.
Not yet.
Not visible. Yeah.
I know what always cheers me up, and I'm going to gesture to Freya to kind of come up and start nudging Shira.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that.
There's already some tears on Freya.
Puppy, come on, puppies cheer everyone up.
Are they Freya's
It's
tears
the
or are
big
they?
fucking
That's the
puppy.
giant dire
You say
wolf.
it's the large direwolf.
In fact, I can make it better as Larkin uses his final second level spell slot, and you watch as Freya separates into Hattie and Skull. Now
Yes.
There's two dire wolves.
Yeah.
They kind of
Come
just snuggle up next to to Shira.
I start.
She still doesn't really be responding still.
I pull out my art kit and I start drawing a picture of her, but instead of crying tears and like every other mural has depicted her, I'm gonna make her smile, surrounded by friends of us.
I'm gonna walk up to Pastel. I'm just gonna be like, can't you like read minds or something?
I'm not very good at it, and she needs to be
I
willing.
mean, you're better than me.
Listen,
Alright. It's kind of an invasion of privacy, but I can try.
Well, she's not communicating any other way.
Could she give me a wisdom save?
32.
You need to beat an
You
11.
just hear. Yeah, I'm not rolling it.
Okay.
You just hear a lot of screaming and
Oh, God.
crying. Go away. Leave me alone.
Okay, well, she's not happy. Lots of, not good noises.
You actually got it from it that she's scared of basically everything.
She's scared of everything.
Listen, I know what it's. You don't have to be scared anymore. I know what it's like to be abandoned, to be left alone. Like my dad just passed away. I've in this journey I've taken, like my mum abandoned me. She threw me into a river. It's I'm not like I was gonna hold it against you, but it's like it doesn't matter now. Like if you come with us, if you forget about all of this, we can everything will be forgiven. You don't have to be on your own anymore. We can work this through together.
Can Lyle is going to sit on his knees, sort of in front of Shira. I can see why at the beginning that we were sort of kindred spirits, right? Seems as though we were both very scared at one point, but
Hello,
Yeah,
because
Rob. I think you're cutting out.
fuck,
the worst
why?
time.
This is important. This is the worst time.
Like
Yeah.
literally, you started talking and you were like
Yeah.
cutting out, or
Let's just
what?
try it again. Let's just try again.
Sorry, is this better?
Yeah, kind
by
of.
far.
Is this?
No.
Nope.
No.
Oh, this is the most important speech of the fucking campaign. Seriously, for my character. This is fuck up. No.
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 No, your internet's really dropping out, man.
Why don't you just type it up and Colin will read it out for you or something?
No. Let him have this.
Let me try my phone.
Okay.
You still there, Colin?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, just checking.
Everyone's panicking now.
I'm not panicking.
Yep.
It's fine.
Mm.
Also, sorry, Lewis. That's more than 10 minutes.
Uh huh.
But you see my point.
Can you hear me now?
Perfect.
Yep.
Go on.
Let me start from the top. So Lyle's going to obviously sit on his knees in front of Shearer. It's funny, really. I can see now why you decided to reach out to me. It seems as though in our both our own ways that we were both ruled by fear. For very different reasons, of course, but I I hate to admit it, but for a long time and even still now, you and me we're very much alike in that sense. So I can't claim to understand what everything that you've been through in terms of your own sorts of experiences and fear, but you saw me go through my own trepidation and let that rule me and made me do some unscrupulous acts which obviously I very much regret, and I'm not going to lie to you. There are still times where I feel like my own fear is going to overtake me and do some very evil acts. I mean, I even considered killing one of my own party members, one of my own friends, because of that. But you've also seen me grow. I I very much doubt that you have not seen what I've been through, even when I decided to cut myself off from you. I'm sure you saw me continue on and try and live as best as I can, and try and make up for the things I've done out of fear, and try to overcome that fear. So whatever it is you're going through and what you decided to do in terms of sort of putting through your own fear onto others and to cope with what you're going through. I'm living proof that you don't have to have fear rule over you. You don't have to have fear rule over you for the rest of your life. So Lowell puts his hand out. If you want this to end, if you want your constant fear and your sadness and your anger and your guilt and your trepidation and your pain to end, reach your hand out to me, reach your hand out to us. And I'm not going to say that it's going to clear overnight, but we can help you. Just as in a, I guess, weird way, you helped me at the beginning of all this. Allow me to return the favor. And that'll be it.
As you just kind of crouch in front of her, she doesn't really reach her hand out, but you do notice her eyes, and as her eyes kind of go up, they're almost like looking at red moons at one point. She doesn't reach her hand out, but she does start moving them, like shaking her fingers a bit, almost like she's very, very poorly stroking Freya.
Mm.
Marvel smile.
There we go.
That was beautiful. Um. Yeah. No.
If you need us to help you, like you if stop what you're doing and we'll help you. Whatever made you like this, or scared you will help you through it.
She's still shaking, but she gets the tiniest. It's only with your amazing perception, luck, that you notice the tiniest nod through the shivers.
Well, how about we get out of here then? As Larkin will take his green cloak, kind of drape it over her, pick her up in like a cradle carry, and gesture for everyone. Like, should we leave? Hello?
Where are we gonna go?
Last minute decision.
Well, I guess we go out of here. We try and make
We're not
Shira
really going to
feel
know
better.
we're not really going to know what to do until she feels comfortable enough to express what it is that's wrong
You
She's
think?
and what we're going to be able to do to fix it. If we just carry her out, it doesn't really feel like we're solving the issue. We're just taking a child out of one place and putting them in a different one. We need to
Perhaps,
make her feel comfortable enough to share what is actually wrong.
perhaps being locked down here isn't doing her much good, though.
being around
Yeah,
being around people
maybe.
and being around family is what is what I needed when my mother passed away, and what's happening with me now. So being out of here would be a good change.
Hmm. I mean, what you say is that's a very, very good point, Pastel. A change of environment might help. I'm just a little concerned. My only concern is that I don't know. My only concern is that I don't feel as though she fully trusts us yet.
That's
You're right.
why we're
In
that's why we're going to
fairness, if
prove
it
it.
was me, I wouldn't trust us either.
Yeah, that's a good
I mean,
point.
this is a child that has been alone for a very, very long time, and a child that was abandoned by their sisters that only really have sent random people to go and decide their fate.
I mean, what's wrong with random people with the kindness of strangers?
The
If
fact
you
that it's
think
not the
about it,
kindness of family, I would say. Like,
there's
I don't know about your wolf tribe, but my tribe especially, family is quite an important thing, and I think
Then it's
for
I would.
settled then. We take her to saloon.
Yeah,
family
I think
doesn't
that's the
have to
only.
be blood related. Like if you spend enough time with someone, anyone can become family. I lost mine. Like on a Monartok helped me, and like she fished me from a river from like a river. I was cold, I was wet, I didn't have anyone, and like she took me to Graham, took me to Lonelywood, and my life began from there.
I
I
Family is what you
understand
make
that.
of it.
I do, but this child, their only family is the gods that have sent us here.
I'd like to walk on over to Shira. Because she's, I assume, on Freya's back right now. Is that right? Or
She's
She's still in her position, but she's like
Oh.
slightly leaning and just.
like I was gonna say, Larkin did pick her up.
or tried to.
Oh, you picked her up. All right.
Mm.
That she's not resisting at all. She's putting no strength into stopping you.
I'm gonna put a hand on her shoulder, if possible. A big, clawed, gangly hand, and I'm gonna say, you know, for the longest time, I was alone, and well, I'm sure a lot of us here can relate to that. And she looks at Lyle, and she looks at
Mm.
Larkin, she looks at Nova and Narth, and even Lombard, and but you know, when it comes to it, there's something to be said about those who feel the most alone, and it's funny because those often that come from that kind of background often end up finding each other and canceling out that very thing that made them sad in the first place. What I'm trying to say is, you're not alone, and you never will be, because there's so many people in this world, good and bad, that you, that you just can't bank on all the bad ones, despite what they call you, despite what they say about you and what they do. There's so many people like Rickard and Graham and all the others that are just diamonds in the rough. And they're the people that you're worth casting your lot with. You're not alone, Shira. And she takes a step back.
Callum, can I make like a check to see if she's not talking because she's scared, or if she's not talking because she's not able to talk because she's like
She's
malnourished
able to
or
talk,
she's
she's
weak.
scared.
Okay.
And you get a sense, Pastel, from what you were saying, if she was able to cry right now, she would.
Hmm. Good, because I almost fucking did.
Does anyone have any other ideas, or should we try and walk out of here?
Yeah, I think we should get out of here, and I would like to. I would like to ask Saloon a little bit more about this. To be honest, looking at the depictions, it seems a little bit more of a complicated story than what Lumbar is suggesting. As Lyle sort of just not glares, but sort of side eyes Lumbar a little bit, thinking that he's been a little bit insensitive about the whole situation.
I mean,
But
he's a figure.
I still think that, at least from my aspect, considering I've pledged myself to her, I would like a little bit more of an explanation as to actually what happened here. How the City of the Moon was taken from her from Shira, or if that's exactly what happened. I don't know, but
Personally, like nobody told us that we were dealing with a scared child. People,
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense to me when I first was in contact with Shira. I was in a similar position to her. I was in the cradle position. The first few times I talked to her, it was almost as if I was reenacting or acting out with her emotions almost. So
nobody told us, not even Saloon, that we were dealing with a scared child. They just told us that we were dealing with the god of fear.
I'm
From what
sure
I
I'm sure she's got to have her reasons. We just got to find out what they were or are.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Let's
This
walk
place
out
is
of here.
oppressive.
Also, someone's going to have to do something about the bear tribe, man. I don't know if he's going to want to kill her or not.
He
Oh, don't
doesn't
worry,
have to
I'll
know
deal
that
with
this is her.
All right.
Come on, let's go. We'll protect you. Nothing's gonna hurt you.
Go on.
Pastel kind of looks to Nova, like, to check if he's okay with this, based on his mission. Um, uh,
He's jumping on bread, I think.
oh, he's
Mhm.
jumping on bread.
But during this moment, you get one. You don't know why, but you get one last mind reading from Shira. One of her greatest fears is the fact that it seems to be closing time for the Mystic Tavern.
Oh,
Oh, God!
Oh my god, I'm laughing so
Fuck.
much I can't turn the clock on. There we go. Oh, dear.
Really, Callum?
Oh man.
I don't know. I don't know whether to laugh or be like, "Fuck off, Callum." Towards
Exasperated. Yeah.
Yeah.
that.
Alright, we'll make this one quick.
Was good though.
We hope you've enjoyed today's episode of Icewind Dale. Join us tomorrow when we continue Descent into Avernus once more, since Lewis is chewing on bread. I don't know what's gonna happen. We just beat Bell, Archfiend of Avernus. Who knows? Who knows?
Wow.
Yeah, it was a battle. It was a battle.
Damn.
And yeah, so thanks for tuning in. And remember, in times of hardship, choose kindness. Bye.
Bye.
Whee!